Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's the Possum Kingdom Massive Series tonight, presented by ArmorMetals.com. Back in action here in the booth here tonight. From yesterday, it's Muth up here in the booth. Chris Legou is here once again. Tonight, we bring in Al Smith to the team of three amigos here from this long 2.6-mile super speedway. They call it Talladega, where the battles are hot, the battles are heavy. Tonight, throw in the little twist, $1,000 to the winner here in Talladega. Chris, last night from Las Vegas, you called the race. It was $300 to the winner, and you saw how hard those boys raced over there. What do you think tonight's race here at Talladega is going to look like?
Well, Roger, I think we're going to be in for a very different story here tonight. You thought they were racing hard last night. I don't think we've seen anything yet. $1,000 going out to just the race winner here tonight. And the ArmorMetals.com race here at Talladega, it's going to be something else. Last night we saw side-by-side driving no more than 6 inches away from each other on Las Vegas. And tonight I expect to see the same 2 rows, maybe even 3. I don't know if we're going to go to that 4th row because they're going to run out of space really quick here tonight in Talladega.
Well, these boys don't know any better than to hang them high, wide, and handsome. Al, with this many drivers, though, on a super speedway, things are going to get chaotic and hectic very quick. A lot of drivers may use that back-of-the-pack strategy or come charging straight to the front. Which one, if you were out there under the cockpit tonight, would you be taking?
With it being such a long race here tonight, Roger, I really think it would be, I would go to the back and ride around. You try to stay out of that trouble because you know that there is going to be a big one. We have 41 drivers logged into this right now, 43 registered. So it's going to be a full field of cars going around the Talladega Super Speedway, and mayhem is going to happen. They're going to crunch up some metal here tonight. So I think I'd want to be towards the back of the field. That way I can check up without having to worry about getting ran over. Because you know as well as I do, is once you get in the pack and something happens, you're along for the ride.
Well, a lot of different strategies going to be played here tonight at Talladega. But before we head into our qualifying session, we're going to step away for just a real quick moment. We'll get this national anthem played, and we will be right back here to the Talladega Super Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats passing in
welcome back here, race fans, to Talladega for the Possum Kingdom 100, or the Possum Kingdom Massive Series. It's the 120 lapper here tonight for the ArmorMetals.com, and qualifying has begun. There's one driver out here right now. It's the 46 of Richard Regan Jr. in his brightly colored 46. He was not at Las Vegas last night, as this team did not have a backup car available if they were to scratch it at Las Vegas, so they headed straight here to the Talladega Super Speedway. You notice that he is up right against that outside wall here on lap number 1. You're going to see a lot of those drivers hang the outside as you see him actually bounce off the wall. That's actually going to hurt him, but here for these plate tracks, you want to go up there and you want to be as far against it as you can. Make this track as big and as long as you can. Lap number 1, so they can get as much speed out. You know, a big short track guy yourself, but these long tracks play a lot of strategy just like short tracks.
They do. You have to be patiently aggressive on the super speedways. If there's a hole, you got to take it, especially when you get closer to that halfway point. I think we're going to see maybe a little bit of action at the beginning of the race. Then guys are going to get into a rhythm, but then it'll take, and they'll really start to strategize. We might, especially if we get a long green flag run, when to come down pit road, who to come down with pit road with, and then you got to make sure you don't come down by yourself, because if you lose that draft, Roger, you're in for a very long night.
Yeah, Chris, talk about that pitting by yourself here. This is not a official league race. This is a lot of guys out here tonight. I'm going to say having some fun with some implications that mean, well, we need to have a draft partner pretty much.
Well, I'll tell you what, and this comes from just having raced the super speedway not that long ago. You come in down pit road by yourself, Roger, you're going to lose the draft. And once that happens, it's lights out. The next thing you know, you're going down a lap and there's nothing you can do about it. Trying to get a lap back during the green here on Talladega, or any super speedway for that matter, is almost impossible. So the trick tonight, stay on the lead lap, try and not lose the draft.
So right now, Regan in the 46 neon yellow machine, highlighter yellow, can't miss him. He is sitting P number 1 as he coasts his car back around. Bowden right now, Colin in that 17 machine. The Colin Keister Driving School entry sits 3rd here, as the 97 now goes to 2nd on the timing and scoring. Just a minute left, and only half of the field has taken a qualifying attempt. A lot of these drivers may be deploying that strategy here from the drop of the green by not qualifying. They would rather start towards the back of the field. Justin Botolo here in the number 20, streaming over there on Twitch in his Splash and Go graphics number 20 tonight. He is out there on track, back in action after taking last night off. Right now, it's still that 46 at the top of the timing screen. Find your driver right now where he is running on that left-hand side as the drop down with 27 seconds left here in the qualifying session. So I'm just taking a peek to see who will be able to get in at time. It looks like Bortolo here will be able to come back to the start-finish line. He's actually just going to shut it down right there, so it will be a no time for the driver of the 20. So the provisional poll will go to the driver of the 46 here. So as qualifying runs out, there you see it. They're going to start to take to the grid here tonight. And while they're already getting ready to take to the grid, we got to thank all the sponsors that are going to bring this live to us here tonight. We got to thank the Chemical guys out of Los Angeles. They have the polishes, the car care to make your car chromed out just like Richard Regan. Also got to thank Radical Media Gossip over on Facebook. They got your drag race media and everything you need in a straight line. And, of course, tonight's premier sponsor, ArmorMetals.com, the only metal place for roofing products in Augusta, Georgia. They have the quality of metal products. And, of course, Possum Kingdom Super Speedway, everything they do behind the scenes. Clint Mills himself here. Everything wouldn't be possible without Clint and the whole Possum Kingdom Super Speedway group, so thank you to them as everybody has started to take to the grid here tonight. Let's walk you through your lineup here tonight. Starting row number 1 of your Radical Gossip Media starting lineup, it'll be the 46 of Richard Regan. Starting alongside him, it'll be Derek Wood in the number 7 machine. Second row would be John Rolinski in the 97 and Jonathan Wall in the 57. Row 3 it'd be Colin Sleek in the number 9 and Colton Sleek, sorry, and Colin Bolden in the 17. Row 4 it'd be Timothy O'Connor in the 119. And then Austin Johnsong in the 21. Row 5, it's Nolan in the 4, and Austin Yarborough making a late entry here tonight in the 10th position.
Starting in the 11th spot will be the 29, or the 95 of Jason Martin. That is outside the 27 of Chris Rice. Starting on the inside of row number 7 will be the 16 of Ty Bass. His outside Wayne Hunter in car number 82. Landon Lewis will start in the 15th spot. Outside of him will be the 34 of Jeremy Rice. Elliott Sadler will start 17th, and his outside in the car number 78 will be Bryce Boatwright. Starting 19th, Jonathan Lewis. And rounding out your 20th starting spot will be the 23 of Mike Sowers.
And Al, starting inside row number 11, it's the 47 of Frank Diney. Hermes Sadler to his outside in car number 30. Inside row number 12, it's Derek Keeter with Robert Dickmapper in the 48 to his outside. Michael Dowell going to pick up inside row number 13 with Colin Keister to his outside in the 22. Donovan Strauss in the 55 inside row number 14 to his outside. It's Justin Kobluck. Bob Bryant and Malik Ray picking up row number 15. Row 16, Blake and Justin Bolthio. Garrett Pick and Cole Johnson making up row number 17. Inside row 18, Mason Lastra and Landon Huffman to his outside. Clint Mills on the inside of row number 19 with Timothy Pope to his outside. And rounding out row number 20, it's Justin Johnson and James Searight. Roger.
That is your field here for tonight as they're coming through turns 4. We're going to drop the green flag here tonight for the first time in just a little bit. But remember, when they come out of turn 4, it is not going to be the immediate green flag. The start-finish line here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway is almost down there into turn number 1 as the iRacing pace car does start to make its turn down onto the apron here, headed towards pit road for the first time. Let's get ready to go Super Speedway Racing. $1,000 on the line here tonight for the Possum Kingdom Massive Series, presented by ArmorMetals.com. It's that long, ruling stretch back to the green flag for the first time. Here they are. Green flag is waving. 42 drivers strong. Going to storm down into turn number 1 here tonight for the first time. We are green and clean here, headed into turn number 1. It looks like the 46 of Regan will take the lead, and a lot of them have already started to single file themselves out here. It's along with one of them down on the apron. I'm not sure who it is. I believe that might be, I'm not quite sure.
I know, that's the 17 of Colin Bowman, and he is going the wrong way. The 119 now underneath the yellow line. Those two picking up each other, trying to find a way back on the track. They do before heading into the corner.
Up front of this Regan's going away, but they got the outside line now with the number 51 on the outside. I believe that's the 57 on Wall. He's trying to get the outside organized, but they're the only 2 cars up there as we got a side-by-side battle for our 3rd spot. Now as Austin Yarborough in the 41 is going forward.
Lap 1 going to come into the books here. Green for lap number 1. Regan going to hold the top spot. He's going to go up there. He's going to block Austin Yarborough's butt kicker 51 machine here tonight as they are side by side out of turn number 2. Everybody still trying to find a home because Timothy O'Connor back here in the 11th position in the 119 Natty Light machine. He was 3 wide for a moment with, I believe, that is Chris Rice. And then everybody behind them still jockeying for position. Look at it through the field. Everybody's finding a home. They know it is 120 laps here tonight, 318 miles, and Regan going to come back across here through the tri-oval to lead another one here at Talladega.
3 wide, just a little further back. The 4 car, the first car in the top lane, and he is trying to find a dance partner. So far, nobody really willing to commit up there. That upside lane. just not ready to roll yet.
He's got some help coming, though. The 16 of Bass running the high side, just not able to get there as he's trying to catch up to that 4. As one car steps out of line in front of him to make it the outside line, starting to form down to turn number 3.
I believe that was the driver of the 3423 on the side of his car. And that would be Jeremy Rice. Now they all single file out. The only driver right now currently out of line, so to speak, would be the 16 of Ty Bass, as he is going backwards. I don't believe he's in too much of a hurry. You see the splash and go graphics on that car. Now he'll find a home right in front of Timothy O'Connor, back there into the 14th spot. Everybody else, though, almost pretty much single file through the field here as you look off the rear deck lid of the 46 of Regan, who continues to lead. He has led all 3 laps and started on the pole here tonight.
And Roger, I'm sitting back in 18th spot watching Colin Keister in the number 22. Keister, who had a strong performance last night, didn't get the finish he was looking for, hoping to do a little bit better. Right now, marred back in mid-pack, 17th on the outside.
He's on the outside, and he's got the back bumper of Bass now with the 16. The outside line has 6 cars in it now, and it is being led by Bass through the tri-oval down to click off lap number 5. It'll be the 16 of Bass on the outside. He works the outside of, I believe it is Sowers and that Havel in number 23. So 4 or 5 cars starting to line up as they come off turn number 2.
So as they all start to figure out who's going to go with who here tonight, we're keeping an eye on that to see where everybody's going to wind up. Well, right now, a very good, I'm going to call it super speedway racing. There you see Elliott Sadler in the 17 Western Auto, or 99 on the timing and scoring for all you race fans. Keep an eye on Elliott and where he's able to. He's no slouch when it comes to super speedway racing. You always used to find him up front. Look at them all jockey 3 wide. I believe that is the 16 of Bass on that outside lane with those 4 cars. They are hooked up and they are coming. They're going to go around the 15. Landon Lewis down there. They stuff him into the middle. Now everybody's starting to get a little bit racy here. They strung him out. Now we're 3 wide racing at the front of the field.
Lewis, the first driver in the circle hole, and he is losing help, which means he joins the top side. And it is Bass in the 16 leading the charge on the outside lane. Bass picking it up to 4th spot already. The outside line is chugging, and Bass going to be knocking on the door of the leader here in the next half a lap or so.
Bass trying to make that splash and go into the race lead as the 119 of O'Connor will step out of line, maybe starting a little overheat, being tucked up behind that 16 of Bass. As now it looks like the 17 is right there behind him. I believe that is Bowden. He's up behind the number 16 of Bass as they got a side-by-side battle for your race lead. Bass to the outside of Regan. Regan has dropped its lead since the green flag is dropped, holding that yellow line as they come off turn number 2.
As they come storming down the super stretch here at Talladega, a very long straightaway to make a lot of moves, to make some runs. But right now, the run is coming from that inside row as Regan going to be able to surge ahead down into turn number 3. He has it for the time being, but look at Bass. They break apart at the top of the top lane there. That front group at the top that's led by Bass, and I believe that is the 17 of Bowden. They broke apart for a second. The 17 going to peak once again here in the trial. Well, every time that Collins going to peak that black 17 Chevrolet out of line, it's going to give that inside lane a little more advantage. Once again at the line, it's going to be the 46 of Richard Regan. He will lead another one here tonight in your ArmorMetals.com 120-lap race at the Talladega Super Speedway. Back onto the backstretch, they come once again.
Richard Regan, your race leader. He's led all 7 laps completed, working lap number 8, getting back to the outside lane. The 17, every time he pokes out, it looks like Ty Bass loses about a car length. The 17 trying to keep that motor fresh and cool and not doing any favors for Ty Bass. Bass needs him on that back bumper to try and push to the front.
Side by side through the tri-oval they come. It'll be Regan at the line with Bass trying to get a push, but Yarbrough's tucked right to the back bumper of Regan. Those two have been hooked up since the drop of the green flag. The outside line starting to inch ever so closer to the front as the Bass now side by side with Yarbrough off turn number 2.
As they come stumbling and bumbling back down the back straightaway. The front group, it is 15 strong. Sitting just at the tail of it, brand new Rowdy Energy paint scheme on the 51 here today. Malik Ray, he is running in the 15th position. He's got Knoblauch right now in the 94 Splash and Go graphics car. Sitting right behind him, they have worked themselves up from the back of the field tonight, already inside the top 15. And a couple guys back towards about the 27th position. You see Chris Rice. He is to the outside here. He is just backing up through the field. Hermie Sadler is back here. Justin Bartolo, he is back here. Landon Huffman started shotgun to the field. He has moved up to the 32nd position. Running last on track and a little off the pace here. Not in any sort of draft is going to be the 40 of Jonathan Lewis. So we have started 42 cars strong. Still 42 cars on track. The only thing is, this car right here, the number 40 iRacing.com entry, is sitting 25 seconds behind your race leader, so put him a half a lap down as Bass now surges ahead down on the inside lane.
Yeah, we have a new race leader for the first time here tonight. It is Ty Bass in the 16. The 46 of Richard Regan has something he hasn't had before. That's a car directly in front of him. He is working the back bumper of the 16 as they cross the start-finish line, trying to stay in line. The inside lane still a little bit better than the outside lane. Still hasn't quite figured out how to run nose to tail yet.
Up front is Bass, but here comes Yarborough. He'll take a peek to the outside, but now he's going to push Reagan. It's going to hold the 16 of Bass to the inside. The new race leader down the Talladega Super Stretch will be the 46 of Richard Reagan. Back to your race lead with Yarborough with a nice push.
So those two playing the tandem style. We talked about it in the pre-race. Who was going to go with who? Would you have the dancing partner? Right now you can tell that 51 butt kicker car has not left that neon Ford's rear end here tonight. You always need a little help, and right there surging to the lead, going to lead his first lap in his natural light car. It's going to be Timothy O'Connor in the 119, and he just leaves Colin Keister right to the outside of his Sunny D machine. Now he's got to rely on the 16 of Ty Bass to push him. Here comes the G Fuel entry, I believe. Out to the outside, I believe that's the number 18 of Blake Sorrenzos. He is listed as the 18 on the timing and scoring for your race fans, but he is in car number 7.
The action happening very quickly up front as the 22 on the outside. Remember,
caution coming out here, Chris. It looks like there's a mayhem back here. The 96 is involved. Justin Bartolo's involved, and they are still scattering. It looks like also Hermie Sadler back here trying to blow it up. Couple of these guys getting together. It will bring out the first caution flag of the night here at Talladega Super Speedway. 13 laps, well, really only 12 laps into the night. So a good chunk of these laps were taken down here before the first caution flag of the night. We know Justin Bartolo in the number 20 is involved in this. We'll throw it back in just a second to see what happened to the number 20 of Bartolo. Let's watch it back. Go a little bit higher as it actually has already happened out in front of Justin. We'll have to see who is involved. Justin actually gets run over as he's down on the apron, slowed up for this caution flag. Not sure exactly who was the first car to go around there. We'll have to throw it back just a little bit farther and find out. Happened at right about the 20th position on our screen. As you see Armstrong coming in there. Looks like the 37 was the one who went around Derek Keeter in his M&M's car, which you see to a rest down on the inside grass against the inside retaining wall. He is your first yellow of the night, and a couple of them, like Bartolo getting involved, and the 96 of Armstrong also. So, Chris, hard racing here in the first half of this race. It was only going to be a matter of time before the first caution came out, but lucky for a lot of these guys, they do have one quick repair.
Yeah, first caution's out, and pit road starting to get busy, but Roger, I don't think we've seen it yet. This is not the big one, ladies and gentlemen, that incident on Talladega that we're so accustomed to seeing. This was just a small sample of what can happen as we are under caution number 1.
So see what kind of strategies everybody is going to play. It looks like someone missing pit road. It's going to be Justin Knobloch. Did not find his pit box. Neither did Jeremy Rice. Colin Keister will be the first one out. And it looks like maybe just right side tires for the Sunny D, number 17 Ford Mustang, or the 22 if you're following along on the timing and scoring here tonight. Now, we will address the elephant in the room for all of us. This is a hosted server via the iRacing.com platform, which means the numbers on the drivers' cars, they do have the option to run a custom number contingency on their car. We'll just use Colin Keister for the example because we do see him in the number 17 Sunny D machine, and we're talking about him. He is the number 22 on your timing and scoring. So these drivers do have the option to run their favorite car number but not be registered into the lobby. Al, we know you love that a lot.
It does make it a little bit tricky here to figure out who we're talking about as they're racing at 190 plus miles an hour around the super speedway side by side, sometimes 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide. But we'll do our best to get it through here tonight here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the ArmorMetals.com 120. And Rogers, we saw how these guys are working together early on, trying to gain some respect from their fellow competitors. When do we think that that will kind of start going out the window?
When the green flag drops.
That's what I was thinking.
But you never know. I mean, you come to Talladega, you try and make friends, but how long do the friends actually stay with you? That's the question that everybody always wants to know. You know, you watch NASCAR on Saturday, you watch NASCAR on Sunday when the big boys come to the plate tracks, and it's all about team orders. Team Ford's president said the Fords are going to work together. The GM side of things said, hey, we're going to work together. A couple years ago, Toyota reached out to the GM side and said, hey, we're going to go with you. You know, last year we didn't see that. But it is always on the tip of everybody's tongue to ready to talk about what's going to happen as your leader now comes down. Knobloch, he missed his pit stall. He'll now come down here. That'll turn the lead over to Colin Keister. Chris, you know, you talk about plate tracks, you talk about team orders. Actually last year at Talladega, those Stewart-Haas boys just absolutely ran away from the field. Could we see that here tonight if a couple Fords or a couple Chevrolets get tied together?
Well, you know, because this is a league, you don't really know what. Look, all it takes is about 3 or 4 cars that are really working together. And those 3 or 4 cars are going to be almost impossible to pass here if they can stay nose to tail. So far, we haven't seen that yet, although the field just got shaken up a little bit. Maybe as we get a little deeper into this race, we start seeing some guys that are more familiar with others start running that nose to tail. And if we see that, Roger, we're gonna see some real racing here, because if you're not a part of a group, even of one other car, you're gonna go backwards and you're gonna do it in a hurry.
So the field's going to line them up, double file down the back straightaway here. It'll be Colin Keister, Timothy O'Connor, then it'll be Regan, then it's Yarbrough, Gorlinski, and Bowden, your top 6 drivers here on this restart. No favorites just yet here tonight to really say who's going to dominate here at Talladega. We can tell you that the 46, who's going to start in the inside row second, has so far run the most laps out front, and that is 9. O'Connor has led 2, Bass has 1, Keister has 1, and Knobloch has 1 under the caution flag here. So we're getting ready to tune up these cars and let them go back to the green flag, hammer down 190, almost 205 on the last run into turn number 3. So these boys are definitely moving along here tonight. Working lap 15 under the first caution flag of the night here for your ArmorMetals.com. 120 laps from Talladega, $1,000 on the line. If you're just tuning in here at Talladega, $1,000 to the winner that can pull off an amazing feat with 40-plus drivers, 42 drivers still on the lead lap. Go ahead, share this link out, bring your friends in, show them who's going to win $1,000 as the iRacing pace car is going to duck down onto pit road. That means we're going back green flag racing, and you called for it, race fans. How about we do it right here on a restart at Talladega? Well, let's go ahead and turn it up for you. Well, race fans, that didn't take too long as the caution flag going to come directly back out here tonight on that drop of the green flag. So the turn it up going to get a little bit delayed. Going to have to wait for that a little bit. We will see who was all involved in that. It looked like it came at the back of the field. Looks like the 37 of Derek Keeter involved in another one here in the early going. So let's see what the producer is going to find here on this replay. As you see, the 37 is already around. Just got to throw her back a little more for you. Watching the 37 of Derek Keeter. It looks like he goes to the outside here. Oh, and then, I'm not sure, Chris. It looks like maybe a missed shift.
It may have been because it seemed like the driver behind him had a run, and the 37 just couldn't get out of the way. Yeah, Roger, it looks like a missed shift to me.
Well, Al, now that's the second time we've seen the 37 here tonight go around, and it looked pretty clean as we were getting ready to take that restart. He could be possibly out of quick repairs here tonight within the first 20 laps. That's not spelling very well for him going forward.
No, these guys have, I'll call it a backup car, fast repair, where they get a fresh either Chevy, Toyota, or Ford car underneath them if they are involved in a wreck. So it's kind of really too bad if you have to use it early on in this race. And, Roger and Chris, if you use it early, that means you don't have it later on in your event. So if you use it early, you have to run very smart the rest of the way and hope that you don't get involved in another wreck. Because if you do, there goes your chance at $1,000.
So now Keeter will be way behind the 8 ball. We will have to wait to see if he's going to be coming down on pit road here in just a moment. So be interesting to see who's still going to have their quick repair left in this one.
Yeah, Roger, still very early on here as we're working lap number 17 of 120 here tonight, under caution for just the second time here tonight. And already we've seen some cars that are pretty well beat up. 37 involved in a couple of them, unfortunately for him. Right now, your race leader, Timothy O'Connor, in the 119 Natty Light car. And I just want to throw out there, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Possum Kingdom Massive Series presented tonight by ArmorMetals.com. Make sure to go check them out. And, man, do us all a big favor. If this is your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, hit that like button. It definitely helps us out. And if you haven't done it yet, go ahead, share the link. Let's get a big old watch party going here tonight.
Yeah, because Talladega would definitely be the place that you want to. A couple guys taking advantage here under this yellow flag to go down pit road, as Chris has a special guest there. Always nice to bring the family involved with the doggy. I love my doggy. She's sitting here watching, too.
And he just gets really excited. Roger can't contain himself. He's all into the speed.
The speed thrill. Al, now that these guys came down, they're going to be a little off sequence, but how far can they really go? We only raced from about, the tri-oval about halfway into turn 1. How much fuel, say, did O'Brien and Yarbrough use compared to the guys that came down, like Sorrenzos and Mills and Bass?
It's tough to say. It depends on if they were clutching it, turning the car off under the yellow flag. They did have to catch the pace car, so they did burn some fuel trying to catch up to the pace car. So they might be able to stretch it an extra 2-3 laps now, just based on the length of the caution and having your tank filled back up with the virtual Sunoco race fuel here tonight. So they'll be a little bit longer per se, but right now they run 65% fuel load here, Roger. So they're not really getting a full fuel load. It tops out at 65% for everybody.
Yeah, guesstimating right around, we'll call it 27-ish, give or take just a couple laps there, because everybody's team strategy is going to be a little bit different here. O'Connor and Yarbrough may want to sit out front, and that's going to burn a little more fuel than the guys that might be sitting a little closer, right around mid-pack. We'll call it right here at 28th position. It's the 01 of Clint Mills out there in the Hardee's machine. He would be saving fuel right now. We do see Wayne Hunter back on the track with his Fanatec number 82 Chevrolet. He was involved in one of the early incidents. Looks like he had to have used his quick repair here tonight. I believe the motor expired on that car at one point. And it looks like Keeter, sorry, is down on pit road with his 37.
Yeah, I'm down here in the Keeter pit right now, Roger. He is working on the race car. They have not used the fast repair as far as I know of yet tonight. So trying to get as much damage fixed during this yellow flag, saving that fast repair possibly for later on in the event.
That's really important, Al. It's a good point. With that fast repair, you don't want to have to use it as early as we are here in the race. If you can save it, but still be able to keep part of the draft, that's going to go a long way here tonight as to keeping you very competitive. Try and save that one fast repair. It's your ticket to try and finish this race. If you have to use it early and you get caught up in somebody else's problem, it's going to be lights out.
But it does look like right now the iRacing pace car lights are off as you see Malik Ray down on the apron with his Black Rowdy Energy 51. Everybody doubles them back up, so it'll be O'Connor, Yarbrough, Grozinski, and Bowden, your front four drivers here when we go back racing green flag. Working our second yellow here at Talladega of the night. Coming to a halt here for a couple guys in the back of the field. It looked like a miss shift, which is very hard to do. Well, not hard to do, but it's very easy to do, to go ahead and miss a shift here at Talladega when you're trying to come up through the clunky old 4-speed. I heard maybe NASCAR doing away with that in a couple years. We'll see how long that takes to actually take the effect, and then here onto the iRacing service. So it'll be 101 laps to go when we go back to the green flag racing. You see a couple guys off the sequence there, single file at the back of the field. They came down and topped off their fuel cells.
Field working through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to go back racing. And the ArmorMetals.com 120 here tonight from the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. Timothy O'Connor in the Natural Light 119 showing the way over Austin Yarbrough. We saw Yarbrough have very good pushing speed. Now he's going to get a chance to lead the outside line in this restart as the pace car makes its way down pit road as we're going to go green flag racing. Once they get through the tri-oval, that extra, so many feet will also come into play later on towards the end of this, as this race is paying $1,000 to your race winners. There you step on the loud pedal. The green flag is about to be back out, and it waves, and we're back underway.
Back under the green flag, and Austin Yarbrough drops down to the inside lane. A great restart there for the 41, and Timothy O'Connor has got to become the pusher. That means the 17 stuck outside with no help. Now a couple of cars maybe looking to the top side, including O'Connor.
Trouble down there in turn 1. It looks like a bunch of them. Jeremy Rice is involved in this one, and it looks like a parking lot. Wayne Hunter involved. The 57 of Jonathan Wall is involved. Clint Mills down here. Looks like he may have got stopped in his Hardee's machine. Hermie Sadler down here with some damage to the Sadler mobile. Jason Martin in his 95 in his Checkers car down on the apron. So back-to-back yellows here. We're going to come out for our third caution flag here of the night. We'll go back here on the Turn 3 Racing replay and check it out. As that happened about mid-pack there. And it looks like the 82, the 16 of Ty Bass was involved in that one from the drop of it. We'll have to go back just a little bit farther to catch the full effect of this. Watching to see if we can get Bass's car. There you see it, 17 down into the 4. Bass nowhere to go. He goes for the cartwheel around here. Everybody else comes piling up into this one. Chris, you talked about the big one, but this one wasn't quite the big one. We'll call it still a little one here at Talladega.
Yeah, and already, even though it wasn't the big one, you see the reaction on the track. A huge display of just absolute wreck cars. Certainly at this point, Roger, there are some drivers that are going to have to come down, take that reset, in order to continue to be competitive here tonight. And that is a very frustrating thing to have happen to you here with 100 laps to go, 99 when they cross the start-finish line.
Yeah, especially for somebody like the 16 Atai who had a quick splash and go, number 16, and now is going to have to go to the backup car. Will the backup car be as good as his primary? We're going to find out because we still have 100 laps to go here tonight in your ArmorMetals.com 120 lap, 1,000 to win. So you can tell here in the early stages, a lot of guys want to come to the front of the field here knowing what is on the line. But we are halted once again here as that splash and go 16 will come down pit road. A couple guys towards the front going to stay out. It looks like the 119 of Timothy O'Connor and Colin Bolden going to stay out along with Elliott Sadler.
This is the highest we've seen Elliott Sadler here tonight. He's worked his way all the way up to third spot. Elliott tonight started in the 17th position. He's managed to stay clean and away from any wrecks so far. Can't say the same about brother Hermie Sadler, who's been involved in at least one of them here so far tonight. Elliott Sadler, though, looking good in his number 99, running in the third spot.
Yeah, Sadler was just outside the top 10 early on in this race, kind of dropped back a little bit, trying to preserve that car. Now finds himself in third. He's going to have Yarborough starting to his outside with Gorlinski in that car 97, William Byron Esports entry. Going to start right behind Sadler. So we got Timothy O'Connor and Colin Bowden now up front. So we've seen both O'Connor and Bowden up front earlier on, guys. We know how fast they are. But now a lot of the guys that they were pushing or getting pushed by are on different strategies. Now they got to find a new dancing partner.
Yeah, who will be that dancing partner? Were they tore up in that last wreck, or were they able to get through it? Looking at it right now, Daniel Armstrong down on pit road. He is the 42nd. Now it's 40th position as he comes out of pit road. So everybody is still on the lead lap here tonight. Garrett Pick now in the 44. He is down on pit road with his 44 along with Justin Bartolo. And, oh boy, it looks like the 20 has damage on that car, and that would be his already used his reset as you see them slapping a brand new hood on that Toyota. A little bit crinkled up, but they're going to duct tape down and back out onto track as the jack drops on that number 20. So he'll come back out. Garrett Pick, though, will continue to sit on pit road.
Duct tape, the official tape of NASCAR. It's being employed here tonight on iRacing here in virtual Talladega, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for tuning in. It's been an absolute blast so far. These guys, you can tell there's $1,000 on the line. The aggressiveness that we're seeing here is usually something that happens a little bit later in a race here on Talladega. But since the drop of the initial green flag, these guys have been all over each other trying to get up front. And you know what they say, there's two safe spots here on a super speedway, to be the leader and to be last place. And so far tonight, that is certainly held true.
I would have preferred you have said the safe place for me was in the beer garden here at Talladega that they just re-renovated. I can't wait to see it in person one day, but I think that's the safe place to be, Chris. I'll meet you there.
I'm there, bud.
Well, it looks like the iRacing pace car lights are still on here tonight at Talladega for your ArmorMetals.com 120 lap, 318 mile race for $1,000. First one to the finish line gonna win here tonight. And as we pace around the Talladega Superspeedway, we're gonna take a quick break here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we'll be back here in just over a minute.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to Talladega Super Speedway. It is the Possum Kingdom Massive Series here tonight, presented by ArmorMetals.com. Chris, they are doubled up, ready to go back green flag racing. Everybody but your top 2 have been down pit road to put some more fuel in their cars.
Yeah, race leader Timothy O'Connor, he started in 7th place tonight, lowest place as 15th. Right now, he is the race leader, Roger, and like you said, he has not come down pit road. They've got 11 laps between them on those old tires, between him and Bowden on the outside, the 17. So both of those drivers with the older tires. Tires not usually the big thing here at Talladega, though, except for on a restart. We're going to have to keep an eye out on the 119 to see if we have any wheel spin on this next restart. Speaking of restart, the Ford Mustang pulls down below the yellow line. We're getting ready to go. Cars are lined up 2 by 2, just waiting down this long front stretch, getting ready to go back under the green flag. The 119 of Timothy O'Connor and Colin Bowden trying to get this thing up and running clean. In 3rd spot, it's Elliott Sadler, and in 4th, it's Austin Yarbrough. So those 4 drivers getting ready to go. And wow, what a jump out of the 119. Guys, he is taken off, and that is not what you're looking to do here at Talladega.
Yeah, it's going to put him kind of on an island all by himself as they have single-filed out your top 10. Your first car that is side-by-side is all the way back here, and that is actually the 39, which looks like that is actually the 44 on the side of his car. That is Justin Johnson. Back here in the 15th position now, Landon Lewis will go side-by-side with Cole Johnson, and they will single-file those 2 cars out pretty quick. So everybody now trying to take a little bit easy. So your front 2 are O'Connor and Bolden as they work out of turn number 4 back to the green flag.
Landon Lewis in that number 15 got stuck to the outside now as the 21 of Austin Johnson goes by. Here comes Clint Mills in the Hardee's 0-1. And right behind him will be that 44 mobile of Austin Johnson, 39 on our scoring. So now he gets down low, but here comes this 22. We saw him up front earlier. He's pushing that rowdy number 51 of Malik Ray. So Ray getting a nice push by the 22. And here comes the 16 of Bass. So guys that were up front earlier running back here in the mid-pack are quickly making their charge to the front.
Ty Bass back here did have to use a quick repair. Remember, so he is down a quick repair, and he's going to have to take care of that splash-and-go Ford Mustang number 16 tonight here at Talladega the rest of the way. And it'll be 94 laps remaining here as your side-by-side battle for the lead at the line. Give it to Austin Yarbrough. He will lead here at Talladega, bringing the outside there. I believe that is Blake Sorrenzos there in the 7 G Fuel, 18 on the timing and scoring for all you fans keeping track at home as they go side by side back down the Talladega super stretch.
Yarbrough had the lead, not able to stay there as again the top side cannot stick together. And now the 17 of Colin Bowman drops in. 41 of Yarborough gets right on the rear bumper. Look to the inside. The 55 of Donovan Strauss. He started in 27th tonight. Right now sitting behind your race leader of Timothy O'Connor.
It's a 9-car breakaway. They run side by side doing pace laps at 190 miles an hour. As Bowden showing the way into turn 1. But now the 119 of O'Connor. He'll charge back with a 51 JD Graphics. Number 51, that is Strauss. He's pushing O'Connor down the backstretch. And the 51 right behind him, that's Austin Yarborough. We've seen him be a good pusher. Now he'll push Strauss now to the outside. That's going to leave a little bit of a gap. Here comes Sadler in the Western Auto number 17, car number 99 on your scoring purposes. But now Elliott Sadler getting to the back bumper of O'Connor as just a 3-car setup down low. Here comes the 97 as well into that. That's Gorlinski. So 4 cars versus 5 cars on the outside.
That outside lane was 5 cars. Now it's 4 cars as that 55 there moves himself down into the race lead. He leads that time by, here comes the 94 of Justin Knobloch. He went from the outside down to the inside. He's bringing his splash and go contact with Elliott Sadler at 197 miles an hour that time out of turn number 2. Here comes the 119 Natty Ice Machine. He looks down to the inside. That was at one time a 6-car breakaway. Now all within 1 second of the leader are your top 13 drivers. They are still going to battle it out here for this race lead. Coming up onto a lap car, I believe it's going to be the 37 of Keister. We'll keep an eye on that one. Right now, coming back across the start-finish line to lead another lap here. His second time out, or his second time around at the front of the field for Donovan Strauss.
And to the outside lane, the 41 of Austin Yarborough decides he's going to try it again. This time, he's got Sadler right behind him, and Sadler doing a good job pushing. This is the best organization we've seen so far on the outside line. Make it 3 cars strong. The 4th car in line, he's got to move down just a little bit, Roger, as they go around the now lap down 26. Slower traffic getting in the way.
Side by side off turn number 4. It'll be Yarborough getting a push by Sadler. But here comes O'Connor to the back bumper of Strauss. It'll be a drag race through the tri-oval into the start-finish line. And at the line, it'll be the 51 of Yarborough showing the way. Side-by-side battle. This could be shaping up as we are now 1/4 of the way through this race as they work through turns 1 and 2.
Coming down the back straightaway here, the 119. He's going to duck down to the inside. I think he has said he has had enough. He will start to go to the back of the field here, but the back of the field of this front pack is all the way back at about 20th spot. We'll see where he's going to land. He will move back up into the line, sitting at about 10th, 11th position. That'll put Austin Yarborough, the young man, back out front here at Talladega. Elliott Sadler, though, pushed him all the way to the front, and he will go down to the bottom groove out of turn number 4 along with him. They are working up upon another one of those lap-down cars. We will see where the lap-down car, I believe that is Chris Rice. I'm not quite, I think it is Chris Rice there.
Austin Yarborough with the lead with Elliott Sadler right behind him. The 55, Donovan Strauss, is 3rd in line on the inside, and that's where we start going 2 by 2 once again here from Talladega. It is the inside, just absolutely outperforming the top side every now and again. They get it organized well enough to make the outside groove work, but right now it's not doing what it needs to do. Sadler may be peaking up. He decides better of it, falls back down behind your race leader of Austin Yarborough.
Yarborough still showing away, but I think the 17 of Sadler trying to get some air to the front end of that car. Might be starting to overheat with his Western Auto Chevrolet as they work through the tri-oval and across the start-finish line. Here comes the outside line, the 94 of Knockblock. He'll be showing, getting a push by the 7. That is, yeah, you know who that is, the 7 there on the outside. And he's got the 01 of Clint Mills now making his name. First time up inside the top 5 tonight for Clint Mills.
Sorrenzos there, Al. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
He's leading the 3rd lane right now, Al. Trying to bring Clint Mills along with him. Robert got the lows, red 48. He's going to dive back into the middle lane, but this time at the start-finish line, race fans, you keep calling for it. Well, you're going to get your chance. Here it is, try number 2. Well, let's turn it up for you.
Well, the temperature on the track, 108 degrees, but I'm telling you right now, guys, the temperature inside of the cockpits are going up. We had 3 wide racing for 3rd spot not that long ago, and look at this, we're 3 wide for the lead.
3 wide is the inside line. Is being led by Yarborough and Strauss. Outside, it is the 0-1 of Clint Mills and Sorenzo, and that number 7 car is out. Strauss takes a peek to the outside. We're still 3 wide for your race lead. Elliott Sadler make it 4 wide through the tri-oval.
Yeah, you say 3, they say 4. They could fit 5 on this track here at Talladega. Now they're going to put that machine there for, I believe, the 44 in the middle. He is a lap down. He is not on the lead lap here with these boys, but he is pulling that outside lane. They go 3 wide, 4 wide. Now they settle back down 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. They go 5 cars deep to that outside row as that 0-1 of Clinton Mills pushing the lap down car of Garrett Pitt.
Yeah, Garrett Pitt being scored 5 laps down, but not lacking for speed as Yarborough drops up to the top lane. The 44 now pushing him. Yarborough going for the lead one more time.
He's feeling what that butt kicker's giving him as the 44 gives him a push to your race lead. Yarborough at the line, but now Mills back to the back bumper of Pick in that car number 44. Multiple laps down here, but he is mixing it up with your race leaders. And here comes Strauss in that 51. He's going to get to the back bumper of Mills. They're going to be 3 wide for second.
The race battle at the front here tonight is hot and heavy. Call it about, I think, if I'm looking at the timing and scoring right, within 2 seconds there is about 20 drivers here and 1 lap down car. Clint Mills going to go to the outside there in the Hardy's 01 machine. He's going to drop back to the tail of that outside pack and see if he can just find either a hole or maybe he's going to save some fuel here. Drivers looking at about a little over the halfway marker on the fuel gauge. So We'll see when they will hit pit road for the first time under green if we can get there. Sadler, who is running there, pushing Yarbrough to the front of the field here. He has been out there for 22 laps. Yeah, remember, one was kind of just rolling around under caution for about 4 of those, but he right now inside the top 5 has the least amount of fuel. See if that plays the advantage or disadvantage to him. Timothy O'Connor, remember you saw him. He didn't come down pit road. He's sitting back in 13th position, 27 laps on that tank of fuel, so he is well off the same strategy as the rest of these guys at the front of the field here, as they are still out there side by side for that second spot.
And again, this lap down vehicle, the 44, is playing a huge role up front. The 41 and the Elliott Sadler mobile were able to get around, and here he comes again, leading the charge in the second row as we go 3 rows deep.
3 by 3 as they work through the corner. Sadler using the side draft off pick. He'll get to the back bumper of Yarbrough, and he's got Dykhammer right there behind him in the car number 48, and Justin Johnson in that 44 right behind Pick. He got stuck behind Pick. He'll slide back to your 6th spot. Mills and Sorenzo up on the outside, but it's still Sadler filling the truck lid of the 51 of Yarbrough.
That's 99, 17 on the screen, 99 on the scoring for Sadler. He is showing that he can get it done here with these boys. It may have been a little bit of a rough night last night at Las Vegas, but he's back in action here with a brand new machine, and he finds himself towards the front, dancing very well right now with Austin Yarbrough down to that inside. They got Robert and his Lowe's machine still down there, that 48 red appreciation Lowe's paint scheme down on his bumper, so it's 3 cars to the outside. It's the 44 of Garrett Pick. Then it is going to be the 18 of Sorenzos, who's actually going to take the lead here as he follows Garrett Pick to the front.
Everybody is using Pick as the workhorse. He's just trying to get some laps back. If a yellow flag would come out, as Yarbrough now to the back bumper, he'll push up Sorenzo. They'll swing it to the outside around Pick. They'll push Sorenzo down through the tri-oval.
Green flag pit stops look like they may be happening here. I believe that is the 94. Oh, Malik Ray into the grass. Also, the 22 of Keister also down into the grass. A bunch of them, invasive action having to happen here. The lap, I believe that was 22 actually for a lot of these drivers before they decided they were going to come down pit road a little bit early. Now they will be on a different strategy as the rest of the cars out here. So Renzos, Yarbrough, Johnson, Sadler, Mills, Wood, Rolinski, Strauss, Boatwright, they all stay out here. Richard Regan now finds himself running into that 11th position. So a lot of things happening. The first group of cars peeling off of the night under the green flag circumstances. Let's see if anybody else will come down this time by. Nobody inside the top 12, the top 15 will. They all stay out here. Now those guys have to worry about going a lap down.
And we see a little bit of gap between the top 3 and your 4th place runner of Elliott Sadler. Sadler may have been getting hot. He was pushing for quite a number of laps. That car must have gotten very hot, had to sneak on back and get that fresh air. Meanwhile, up front, it's Blake Sorenzos in his number 18, trying to hold on to the front. Yarbrough on the back bumper like he owes him money.
Down in the turn 3 they go. They'll be nose to tail with Pick in between the 3rd place car of Justin Johnson as they come off the corner. Will they peel off this time, or will they stay out? Justin Johnson takes a peek down the inside, but he'll stay out. So the top 4. So as Elliott Sadler makes his way down pit road.
Elliott Sadler's going to come down. Clint Mills is going to come down. Robert brings the Lowe's machine also down pit road. So 3 drivers here on lap 44 peel off to pit road. So a 3-man group there. But right out in front of Blake Sorenzos, you see those cars as we ride on board here for a moment with the driver of the 18 out in front. That's the first group of cars that came down pit road. Landon Lewis, Cole Johnson, Malik Ray's there, Ty Bass, Timothy O'Connor. They're all right out in front of your leader. They are trying to stay on the lead lap, and they have found themselves side by side, Chris. It's going to slow the momentum down and allow our leaders to start to chip ground away.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. You want to come off pit road and be working, but your leaders look like they are peeling off. Roger going to come down pit road, and the 18 of Blake Sorenzos very slow to get onto pit road.
Yeah, I think he was being very cautious. One of them sideways in the 44. I think he may have missed the pit box there. I believe that was Justin Johnson, actually listed as our 30 9 on the timing and scoring, so see if he's going to lose ground under this pit stop or not. Derek Wood, though, will take over the lead, and he will be our 9th leader here of the night. I believe it's about our 20th lead change so far in the first half of this race. Not quite to that halfway marker. So Wood, Strauss, Brzezinski, Bryant, Salik, still have yet to all come down pit road. Those are your top 5 drivers here on lap 46 as the green flag pit cycle continues.
Round of 50, Strauss will come down pit road. That'll leave Derek Wood out there all by himself as he comes to the tri-oval, putting lap number 47 up on the board. Gorlinski will stay out as well, and Bob Bryant. So right now we have about 7 cars, Roger, that are still out on track that have yet to come down pit road. As now they are starting to come down, so that'll eliminate those numbers. But your race leader side by side with some guys getting back on the lead lap.
Yeah, right now I'm just taking a quick peek. It looks like there was a pit road speeding penalty for the number 4, Nolan Starnes, as he has actually now gone 2 laps down. He had to serve a too fast entering pit road penalty. Michael Dewell also having a too fast entering penalty. So a couple drivers, as now your leader is Bob Ryan and Wood. Wood's going to go out into the grass in the number 70. He's going to cut the grass here at Talladega. So your leaders all coming down pit road. That's going to cycle everything back through here in just a moment. That looks like it's going to put Donovan Strauss back as our race leader, but he has a huge lead right now over Blake Sorrenzo's.
Well, watch for that to end, and Roger, because one thing I noticed, Donovan Strauss came down pit road all by himself, no partners. So the 55 trying to get out there and do it by himself, no draft help whatsoever. That could spell doom for the 55. These guys come back out nose to tail, and they shouldn't have a problem catching the 55 out there by himself right now.
Yeah, but I'm noticing he did come down by himself, but look at the difference in Colin Keister pit lane entry. Well, actually, sorry, let's use Blake Sorrenzo's. He took 34.5 seconds from commitment cone to commitment cone. Donovan Strauss spent 33.9. Right there is the difference. That's what got him the lead. But he's getting run down, as you see. Colin Keister right now in the Sunny D, number 17. He will work to the outside. He's got Knobloch all over the back of him. Al, a couple of these other guys out in front of your leader also. Bob Bryant.
Yeah, we had a moment there for Sorrenzo. The inside line got stacked up as they worked around the 37 car. As that got come out, but now it'll be the Fit 22 car of Keister showing the way. But Bob Bryant and John Gorlinski are out in front of your race leaders right now by just over a second from this group, Roger. So those two guys came down pit road together 5 laps after this group that we're watching on screen with the 22 at Keister. But they worked down the super stretch. How quickly will this group of multiple cars take and catch up with the 2-car tandem of Bryant and Gorlinski?
Well, right now there's some lap down cars sprinkled in there. I believe that is the 30 of Hermie Sadler is sprinkled in that mix, along with Daniel Armstrong. As you see, Armstrong has the nose of his car tore off, so he is actually kind of at an aerodynamic disadvantage here at Talladega tonight. You see Sadler trying to get around him. That would then put Hermie Sadler as the first car, as they are side by side as your leaders are looking to shoot the gap into turn number 1. It is going to get tight. Here's your leaders putting guys down 3 wide.
And the 22 of Colin Keister, he started in 26th position tonight. He's worked his way up to 3rd spot. He's got Justin Knobloch right behind him in the 94, along with Malik Ray. Malik Ray last night, a very dominant driver, just not getting the finish he wanted. But I'll tell you what, between those 3 cars, you had the 2 guys last night, Roger. They led the most laps, and they are 1 car separated from each other right here on Talladega.
Yeah, and it wasn't just last night at Las Vegas that they were up front. Back at Dover, if you can remember, all the way back to last Saturday night, Colin Keister led the most laps. Unfortunately, did not get a top 10 finish at Dover. And then last night again at Las Vegas, another disappointing night for Colin Keister. It could come all back full circle, though, if he was able to win here at Talladega. For your ArmorMetals.com 120 here, $1,000 on the line as your leaders of Colin Keister and Justin Knobloch still run nose to tail with Malik Ray sitting there in third, and they are putting guys a lap down. Right now, they have lapped all the way to the 29th position.
29 cars, 28 cars on the lead lap as they're side by side. Here comes Ray now, fighting on the outside. He's got that 17 of Colin Bowden. He'll lead it at the line. It looks like it'll be Ray to your race lead with that Rowdy Energy drink, number 51. Right behind Bowden is the number 55 of Strauss. And early race leader Regan. That outside line's got some potent race cars that have been fast all night long.
There have been 17 different lead changes so far here tonight. And right now, Malik Ray up front in his number 51 being followed by Colin Keister. Keister and Ray working together, pushing each other. A Camry and a Mustang working strong right now on the inside.
Yeah, everybody kind of shuffling around right now, looking at it. 16, 15 drivers actually at the tail of this field here. This little breakaway group is going to be Ty Bass in the number 16 Splash and Go machine. He was one of the first drivers down onto pit road and now finds himself running in 15th. So that is a very good spot after the green flag pit stops to find yourself after being behind the 8 ball with having to go to that backup car, that fast fix, the reset here tonight as your front group has started the single file out. Austin Johnson is up there in this group running 12th. Elliott Sadler is back into that 13th position. A little bit farther up, Blake Sorrenzos is there. Bob Bryant is there. Austin Yarbrough is 7th. Richard Regan finds himself running in that 6th position with that. I don't even know what color you want to call that, Chris. Is that yellow? Is that highlighter green? Highlighter yellow?
It's one of them. I've been looking at it all night, trying to actually put a color to it, and I just can't do it. But what I can do right now up front, you've got a challenge for the no, excuse me, that is the lap down car. I got all excited. They started going 2 by 2 again, Roger, and I was getting ready to go.
Yeah, a couple of those guys down there, a lap down. It looks like, I believe that is the 20 of Bartolo going a lap down, and I think Frank there, Timothy Pope is also right there. So those 3 drivers running 26th, 27th, and 28th, they will go a lap down. I think Mike Sowers is also right there in this group of cars that their leaders have all taken over this little pack as they go single file once again at the front of the field. Malik Ray going to come back around here looking to lead his 4th lap tonight at Talladega.
Side by side battle back here for your 11th spot is Gorlinski. He's going to see the 99 of Elliott Stadler go by on the outside. Stadler and O'Connor working the outside lane with Sorenzo up there in front of them as they come off of turn number 2. They work around the wounded number 20 of Botello. Down the backstretch is now the 42 of Bryant, and Gorlinski will have to work around Botello, who's not that bad in the draft, Roger. So we see how the effects of the draft is working as O'Connor will side draft him off turn number 4.
There's a little bit of a checkup there for the 7. He had to hit the hooks for a moment as the field kind of stacked him up. It looks like they're going to keep it green, and back across the start-finish line comes Malik Ray in the Rowdy Energy 51. Looking back through the field, Austin Yarbrough down pit road in his number 41 butt kicker machine. This is an off-sequence pit stop for the driver of the 51. Not sure where it came from, but he's going to hit his pit box, and we will see if he'll be able to make it back out on track. No tires going on that 51 or 41 for Yarbrough. Now, after it looks like 7.8 seconds in his pit box, he is down and away and back to the racetrack.
Hearing over race communication, that was a pass-through violation for Yarbrough, who had a speeding penalty on the last pit stop. So taking a little bit of time on pit road to serve that penalty, Roger. He's back underway.
So an interesting fact there, Chris. Now he's going to be by himself, though, as your leaders are coming up on him pretty fast. I'm taking a quick look as he has about, call it a turn, as he is in the middle of the backstretch as the leaders are working off turn 2.
Yeah, tough break, Roger, for Yarbrough, who's led 11 laps so far tonight, having to serve a penalty. And that is going to cost him dearly here tonight. His only hope right now would be for a yellow flag to come out. Otherwise, he's going to go down a lap here and probably about the next 7 or 8 laps.
Yeah, it looks like Derek Keeter right now coasting back that 37 M&M's Toyota. The motor going to expire here for Keeter, so Derek going to be falling possibly back to the 42nd running position here as we stay green flag. Closing in on that halfway point, just 3 laps away from halfway tonight. Here comes Colin Keister back to the outside. He is going to try and lead. He will not at the line. It'll still be Malik Ray as they enter turn number 1.
Ray will show the way, but he's got the number 94 of Knobloch right there behind him. Keister on the outside line starting to form back up. It's got Keister, Bowden, and Sorenzo, your top 3 drivers on that outside line, as they challenge Ray down in the turn 3.
Side by side once again. That 94, though, has not left the back bumper of that Rowdy Energy Drink Toyota down to the inside. It's the double 17s, though, on the outside. Keister and Bowden trying to work that outside lane. That is where a lot of your passes are going to come from here tonight. Will they be able to sit up front there and pull themselves around, because they got Sorrenzos right there, so the 7s are wild as they back down into 1.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best organized top lanes that we've had so far in the race. And now we get to figure out just if the top lane is equal or better than the inside lane. So far, it doesn't look it as the 22 starting to head backwards just a little bit.
Yep, back down the back straightaway, coming up onto a lap down car as your leaders are double file. We will see how this works out. We've seen a lot of 3 wide action when we get to these lap down cars. Cloud cover here right now. The track temp has dropped to 109 degrees, and we are a little over the halfway point to possibly another green flag pit cycle. I know it seems like we were just down pit road not too long ago, but they are closing in very fast, not only on those green flag pit stops, but they're also closing in on Austin Yarbrough as your leaders are working around some lap down traffic.
They work around lap traffic, and inside this battle, we see the 790-28. That is Pope and the 7 of Wood. They are down 1 lap to this group, and they are battling for the lucky dog if the yellow flag were to come out. So a battle within them as now the leaders will work around the 51 of Yarbrough to turns 3 and 4. So Yarbrough going to be joining this battle for the lucky dog if the yellow were to come out.
Oh, almost contact there. Yarbrough being forced down below that yellow line there by, I believe it was Junior in his 46 machine. Regan Jr. pushing the 51 butt kicker machine below the yellow line, and he was able to hang on to it. He's going to funnel himself in now to being the 5th car to the inside row, and he is listed as the first car 1 lap down, running in that 25th position for Yarbrough right now as they work back down the back straightaway.
Malik Ray has a good lead right now with Knobloch right on his back bumper. Knobloch is locked in on the 51 of Malik Ray, doing a good job of staying behind him and keeping himself organized. Right behind him, the 55, Donovan Strauss, holding strong and steady in the 3rd spot. The outside lane starting to make a little noise once again.
That's because the bank is going to open here pretty soon. 20 laps so far, 21 laps now, I believe, as somebody's sitting down there, the 77 of Huffman just sitting down here. Now he's finally going to take the toe off the racetrack, but it was very close for your leaders. At 200 miles an hour entering turn 1, they were looking at a car that was sitting dead stopped on the apron as they come back upon another lap down car. It looks like, I think this is the 20, looking to go another lap down tonight.
Okay, he'll work the high side of the racetrack as your leaders are 2 by 2 by 2. 8 rows deep through turns 3 and 4. As they come off of turn 4, it'll be Ray showing the way on the inside, but that's Sonny Dees ready to go to the lead. That is Keister in the car number 17. He's got a push by Bowden and Sorenzo working the outside line. Is now Wood leads to the battle for your lucky dog as Austin Yarbrough will slide up behind that yellow number 7.
So all clean and green here on lap 63. We have had 3 yellows tonight, 1 green flag pit cycle, which kind of shuffled Malik Ray to the front of the field. Colin Keister leads that outside lane. As we stay green here tonight, we got to once again thank armormetals.com. If you're not familiar with Armor Metals and you're looking for a pole barn and you need some tin for that building, hit up armormetals.com. Tell them that the Possum Kingdom Massive Series of the Possum Kingdom Speedway sent you their way, because we're just over the halfway point home here tonight. Yarbrough still battling for that lucky dog position, but right now it is Derek Wood in his 7 machine who rides that yellow number 7, third card on the outside lane. He is in that lucky dog spot.
Yeah, with a new race leader, Colin Keister once again up front in his number 22. Malik Ray has to follow for now. That top lane just... It's good enough, Roger, and we've seen it time and time again. It's good enough to put somebody to the lead, but after that, it kind of falls apart. And look at it fall apart right now. Cars are separating and joining different lanes, and here comes 4 wide
contact at the front. Sorenzo's going to go around. They save it, but they want a bunch of them up. Everybody is complete sideways. Some of them coming down pit road. One of them going to miss it. Everybody's locking them up on the pit road. Keister, Malik Ray, all come heavy onto the hooks, and I think Justin Knobloch going to miss pit road here. So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to get a speeding penalty. Who was going to be good, because everybody was all jacked up here. They must be out there drinking Mountain Dew tonight.
How the yellow silk did not fly off of that mess off of turn 4, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows, but it's all John Gorlinski now. He's showing the way as your race leader. Elliott Sadler is your second place car, working the outside of the number 42 of Bryant as they work through turns 3 and 4. We'll have any more takers this time off of the road. It looks like Sorenzo takes a peek, but they'll stay on the racetrack as Yarbrough now works underneath the 97 of Gorlinski.
Yeah, looking at a couple of these cars at the front of the field as John will come back around here and lead this lap. Blake Sorenzo's in the G Fuel number 7, 18 on the timing and scoring. That car has some damage. Chris, under this green flag pit cycle, you're not going to have a lot of time to get that damage fixed. Would you, if you were the driver of that car, stay, get it fixed, or would you use your quick repair right here knowing you're over the halfway marker?
There's no way I'd use it. Yeah, Roger. These guys are starting to really turn it up here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. There is going to be something that happens, and you are going to want that quick repair. It's not over yet. We haven't even begun.
Well, this time out of turn 4, it looks like Elliott Sadler peaking. Will he bring down his machine? He is gonna. Elliott Sadler, he is coming in hot and heavy. He is a little sideways, but I'm pretty sure he did get the 99 load up. Here comes the 17, another one of our 17 members. It looks like that was Alex, actually listed as the 43 on our timing and scoring. We'll see where everybody starts to cycle back through here tonight in your armormetals.com 120 lap race from the Talladega Super Speedway. We got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Little special race here for the Possum Kingdom Massive Series. And right now, under the green flag pit cycle for the second time, only 3 yellows here tonight so far.
3 slowed 3 times. Now the race leader Gorlinski working down through the tri-oval once again, and it'll be Gorlinski showing away as it's a 4-car breakaway at the front of this one. Gorlinski, Bryant, Strauss, and that number 7 of Wood. He is the car right now leading the 1 lap down. If the yellow flag were to fly, he would get the lucky dog pass here as they work off of turn number 2. They're going to put the 0-1 of Mills a lap down. But these guys that are on screen now, they all have to come down pit road to service their race cars as they head down to turn 3.
Yeah, and I'm just taking a quick peek back here through this top couple runners here. Right now we only have 14 drivers left on the lead lap. I'm trying to look to see, as you're going to have a couple more takers here. Here comes Regan in the 46. He's coming in fast. So is Blake in his G Fuel machine, as they're going to be heavy on the binders, and they actually get down pit road pretty quick, pretty clean. So clean and green for them, but that's going to leave just about 4 or 5 drivers. Everybody's scattered up here. Yellow flag is out on the track. Who has gone around? I'm not sure where the yellow flag is, as we are right in the middle of our green flag pit cycle. Somebody has gone around. Not sure. We'll have to see if we can find that here in just a second for you, as everybody was in the midst of those green flag pit stops. maybe it looks like Justin Johnson may have been involved in this one. We will have to throw it back and find out if Justin Johnson was definitely involved or not. Well, let's see if we're able to find where Justin Johnson is. He is actually on pit road here. Did something happen to the driver of the 39 or not? We'll have to take a look. Not seeing exactly where it is, so possibly someone looping it around here on lap 70, just over this halfway marker. So now, this is going to throw the monkey wrench into a lot of things, Chris.
Yeah, well, Roger, it looks like Huffman in the 77 may have been the car that brought out that caution. But here we are, 51 laps to go. You still can't make it on one fuel run, but you can certainly fill it up now and make it with one more stop, assuming that we don't have another caution. What do you think the chances of that are?
Yes. Just taking a peek. Everybody is getting the timing and scoring loops here, so everything's starting to update. But right now, I think sitting in the catbird seat, it's going to be John Gorlinski, Bob Bryant, and Donovan Strauss. They did not pit yet, so they will be able to pit under yellow and not have to worry about a pit road speeding penalty. Elliott Sadler, by the way, race fans, did get dinged with a too fast entering with his 99, so he is a little bit behind the 8 ball, but I think if he stays out here, he'll get the automatic wave around here in front of the leader. So Gorlinski back down pit road here under probably the safest conditions he could come.
Hits his box. Perfect. But I tell you right now, a lot of guys getting caught down one lap due to this. So we'll have, I believe, quite a few wave arounds. One of those is going to be the 41 of Austin Yarbrough, who had some left rear damage with that, I would say, puckering moment. I bet you that butt kicker sponsorship was really kicking him with all that action that we saw in that green flag runoff turn 4. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think he'll be definitely using that quite a bit here. He is shown on the lead lap right now. He will have to get this wave around because there's other cars in front of him like Derek Wood and Austin Johnson who were all lapped down also at the time of the yellow flag. So have to see all this start to cycle back through and see who winds up on the lead lap. But while we're here under this yellow, we had a long green flag stretch there. We're going to step away for just a moment here from Talladega, and we'll be back with more of the Possum Kingdom Massive Series.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Talladega Super Speedway. While we are away under the caution break here, it looks like all your leaders, when they got the 1 to go marker, elected to come down pit road. So we are right now waiting for everything to cycle itself back through. I think it's either going to be the 7 of Derek Wood or Donovan Strauss as our race leader. So things happening here in iRacing, trying to figure it out behind the scenes. But we do welcome you back here tonight for your ArmorMetals.com. Chris, things are hectic, and now it's going to be 47 laps to go when we take the green flag.
Yeah, 47 to go when we take the green flag, Roger, and I'm looking at scoring right now. Looks like Hermie Sadler is back on the lead lap. He's going to be just behind Austin Yarborough. Not a bad driver to be behind. We've seen Yarborough up front all night long. Unfortunately, had that speeding penalty down pit road. Had to bring it down, serve that penalty, but he's made it back to the lead lap, sitting right now in the 22nd spot. Hermie Sadler 23rd as we get ready to go back green. Pace car is off, and Donovan Strauss in the number 55, your race leader. A couple of cars ahead of him are cars at the tail end of the lead lap, including Hermie Sadler. And here we go, Roger, getting ready to go back to that green.
Well, you're going to have to wait another lap. Psych, just kidding.
Just kidding.
The lights on the iRacing pace car did come back on. Not everybody in the correct position that iRacing is lining them up, so we're going to have to go back around here. This is the perfect opportunity for us to tell you tonight about the Possum Kingdom Super Speedway down in, I believe it is Belton, South Carolina, a 1/4 mile dirt track, go-kart track. Go over, check out, just type in Possum Kingdom Super Speedway on YouTube. Check out the videos a lot of the drivers have posted over the years of racing there. I'm telling you, it will make your heart pound like you're watching the 3-wide action here at Talladega. It is very similar. It is very fast. It is very slick. It is very narrow. And those boys that race out there on a week-to-week schedule, a little crazy, but very good guys to race around. See a couple of them out here tonight on the racetrack. Also, we got to thank the chemical guys out of Los Angeles. They make polishes, wax, ceramic coating for your vehicles. They also make some interior products to clean down your car after you may have spilled your adult beverage, Chris. I know I heard you knock over the beer wall that you were making over there while, we'll just leave it at that. But they got, things that you could clean that up with. Also got to thank Radical Media Gossip. Those guys over there, they follow the 405, the 1320 guys, your NHRA guys, drag racing specialty. Check out Radical Media Gossip. And, of course, tonight's main sponsor, providing the highest quality in metal roofs out of Augusta, Georgia. It's the ArmorMetals.com. Dial 706-945-1294. Tell them that the Possum Kingdom sent you their way. But this time, Chris, we're going back green flag racing. What do you think Al has in store for us?
I don't know. I'm really anticipating the call. So let's listen in. Al Smith Jr. with the call back to green.
Yeah, we're going back green. Scoring a little messed up. You see your race leaders behind. Strauss is your race leader. In front of him is the 30 of Hermie Sadler, Austin Yarborough. Those cars are on the tail of the lead lap, and they will be racing to stay on the lead lap as we go green flag down in the turn number 1. They're back on the pedal, and Strauss on a single file restart will jump out to the outside of Hermie Sadler.
Yeah, it looked like the 30 of Hermie Sadler got caught sleeping at the wheel there on the restart. Austin Yarborough got a really good start, and I believe that 77 there also getting himself a good start. So we will now go single file. That is London Hoffman, as he will actually go down to the bottom. That will now lead the 21 or the 20. It's the 51 of Yarbrough out front on the lead lap, leading this group.
On the lead lap, but it's the tail end. He's in 22nd spot with your race leader right behind him. The 55, Donovan Strauss, has to get to the bumper. The 42 on the outside. It's Bob Bryant. Bryant now takes the lead.
Yeah, very strong push there for Gorlinski to the back bumper of that 42 Bob Bryant machine. He'll come back across the stripe. It'll be 45 laps to go here at Talladega. Cannot make it yet on fuel from this point as Bob Bryant goes to the front. Here comes the 51 of Malik Ray to the outside of Gorlinski as they work down the backstretch. They are 3 wide, a little bit deeper into the field. I believe Garrett Pick is to the outside in his Ford Performance 44. He is still 5 laps down and battling inside this lead group.
Side by side they run as Gorlinski a little bit loose, dancing on that yellow line, with Strauss behind him. Yarbrough up side draft in the 44 a Pick. Now he'll try to pick a line as Yarbrough is the first car 1 lap down. As they come across the line, there'll be Ray back up front with Bowden pushing him in car number 17.
Back across the line comes Malik Ray. It'll be 12 laps for the young man out front here tonight at Talladega. But right behind them, Jonathan Wall in that 57 machine. You see him to the outside. He's getting a really good push here by the 44 as they come out of turn 2. Could Wall go to the lead for the first time tonight? He has the nose of that Chevrolet ahead of the Toyota Camry down the back straightaway. Pick is just pushing the Dickens out of the 57. It will push him to the lead as they enter turn 3.
With 26 different lead changes so far, Roger, it looks like we get another one. And just like that, Jonathan Wall, your race leader, getting ready to cross the start-finish line. Malik Ray in second. Colin Baldwin holding on to third.
Yeah, it looks like another lap down car right here in this mix of cars. I believe that is the 20 of Bartolo. He is pushing now the lap down car, the 44 to the outside. So those two trying to get the laps back here at Talladega the old-fashioned way. You don't see it happen very often anymore at Talladega where the lap down cars go to the front of the field. But there you saw it, the 44 Pick now going to go down in front of Wall. He will now lead the field, but he is still now 4 laps down, running in the 40th position. He is still not out of this one, race fans. With this many laps, 43 laps left here tonight at Talladega, things could change in the blink of an eye, and Garrett Pick could actually be your true race leader, not just leading the pack here at Talladega.
One car being extremely aggressive is the 51 of Yarbrough. He'll slide it down in front of Ray, working to the inside, down in the turn number 1. So Ray giving some space now, back behind the 51 of Yarbrough as they work to the corner. Wall still showing the way. Ray second, then it's Bowden, your top 3, but they have the Wall right now trapped around very aggressive lap drivers.
Yeah, you got literally, it looks like 4 lap down cars sandwiching in the middle. Jonathan Wall, you got the 44 of Garrett Pick. You got Austin Yarbrough. Mike Showers is right there. I believe Justin Bartolo is right there, and 3 of them are battling for either the lucky dog position or just one of their laps back, which would put them back onto the lead lap. So you actually can tell that Malik Ray has backed off that Rowdy Energy machine. He sees what is happening in front of him, and I don't believe him or any of the drivers that are actually behind him really want to go up there and push their luck here tonight.
I'm going to call you a liar now as the 48 of December and the number 7 of Cincenzo has caught the outside line. So now 4 cars up on the outside. They're going to make it 3 wide down to the turn number 3.
And I'm going to call you a liar because Blake is a lap down now.
Yeah, but the 48 of Dickinson now is now your new race leader.
Man, look at this guy, Chris. Comes up here with his big chest pumping, and Robert now going to try and take the lead away from Jonathan Wall.
I'm just over here smiling, watching one hell of a race right now. Talladega, man, is this exciting or what? I cannot believe how many lead changes we've had from people that have started well back into the pack, in the 20s. But right now, your current race leader, Jonathan Wall in the 57. He started in 4th spot tonight, and he has cranked it out to the lead.
Yeah, he's cranked it to the lead, but he runs 3rd in line, and I'm noticing on that High Performance Motorsports 57, there is some nose damage, and with him running the third car in line, yes, it's good. It's going to keep him, right there, saving fuel and keep him up in this pack, but it's going to make that car a little bit hotter, and now the track temp is still into the triple digits.
Yeah, temperature is going to be an issue with that, but if he's right there behind these guys, maybe that was part of his plan, Roger. With that front end damage, he's not going to be that good out in front leading the pack. So this is working to Wall's advantage right now. He's probably saved his fast repair as we are now under 40 laps to go. Business is about to pick up.
So with just 40 laps to go, it's Jonathan Wall out front, a little bit farther back, about almost a second. You see these two hooked up. That is Bowden, and Ray. And as the sun comes back out here in Talladega, they are just sitting about a half a second back, kind of protecting themselves. When will they go full force and go back up inside of this lead pack?
Roger, you don't really have to at this point in the race. You know everybody's going to come down pit road, and I think maybe they're just kind of saving it. Let these guys go. Let them race a little bit in that second pack, just there, watching, maybe just stalking just a little bit, and they're going to get a pretty good bird's eye view of who decides to come down first, and maybe they'll follow, maybe they'll stay out an extra lap. If they stay organized, they'll be able to get around this track pretty darn fast, and that'll catch them up a little bit here on the speedway, because every second on the speedway that you're packed up with somebody, it's getting you a little further ahead.
Yeah, as we ride on board here with 46 of Regan, he is running into that fourth position right now. As we ride on board from the passenger side around Talladega, let's go for a lap here with the 46 of Dick Jr. That's around Talladega, as you saw a lot of movement out of that front group. Jonathan Wall still up here, as this is a ton of lap down cars. Clint Mills contact sideways, wrecking in front of the field. They are. We just talked about it, and everybody going to try and scatter down the back straightaway. Yarbrough is involved in this, and there's a couple others now that are piling in. This started Justin Bartolo, going to get turned around here. Let's go back on our replay here real quick and see this. We're going to watch the 20 of Justin Bartolo, the blue car. There's Clint Mills in the Hardee's 01. What happens? Yarbrough's going to come up, give a little bit of a block. Mills going to hit the 20. The 20 goes back up into Yarbrough, and around they go right in front. And boy, your second place race runner there, Robert getting involved in it too, but a couple other drivers. Mills going to have some heavy nose damage, so is Sowers. Bartolo, though, and Yarbrough going around. Crazy things happening here with under 40 laps to go at Talladega. Not exactly where these guys wanted to be. Let's see if we can go back. Watch it slow-mo from our chopper camera. You're watching that blue car. There is Justin Bartolo, the blue car, third to the outside lane. He's going to get sandwiched between the 01. Slow motion going to show us exactly what's going to happen here. Down the back straightaway there, you see the bump from the 01 to the 20. The 20 goes up. Now you start to see that 51 of Yarbrough sideways. Right now, if you are the 57 of Jonathan Wall, you are screaming, oh no. But he looks like he is actually going to turn left. He's going to get right through this battle. Those four cars go around. Robert, though, in his 48 Lowe's machine, he gets hard nose contact with the 20 of Bartolo. And everybody else now is going to try and scatter themselves around this group of cars. See, everybody else is going to come in here. Yarbrough still to the outside, spinning in his 51 machine. who is going to be the one to make contact with Yarborough, because somebody is coming, and it looks like it is the 14 of C right there. You see him make the hard contact around, then the 728. Everybody's just going to get jacked up here on the back straightaway at Talladega.
And we hate to say we told you so, but Roger, while we were on the gyro cam, the three of us were talking. We saw that coming a mile and a half away, quite literally here on this big 2.5 mile track. It was going to happen, and here we are with on lap number 86, 35 laps ago, sitting here under caution. These guys can still not make it under the green flag conditions.
Yeah, so a lot of guys going to take advantage here. 4 tires, then to be the last time they come down for 4 tires and fuel, because I think the next time you possibly see a lot of these guys on pit road, it'll be just for fuel. Excuse me. Little koozie action going on, but so that kind of shakes things up here.
It definitely does. In the 57, that was race leader. It did not use a fast repair, so keep that as a note. As the 57, a wall comes off of pit road. He was on pit road for a minute, and he was in his pit wall stop for 38 seconds, Roger. So some heavy front end damage with that 57, and the 48 also did not use a fast repair as they were down there. So they still have that in their back pocket as we're going to be on this restart with about 30 laps to go.
So I just noticed there is another 17 here tonight, gentlemen, and he now takes over the race lead. Alex, in his 17 Winn-Dixie Ford Mustang, is actually on your timing and scoring. For anybody that's keeping track, that is the 43 timing and scoring, 17 on the side, which means he takes over the race lead with Malik Ray in second, Colin Keister in third, Colin Bowden there in the 4th spot.
And no surprise here, Roger, Ray and Keister in the top 5. These guys last night had a hell of a battle, and it looks like we're probably going to set up another one here from Talladega tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it on the cameras that you're using here at Talladega. As you know, Al, you're sitting up there in central New York, or upstate New York. Chris, you're up in Vermont. I'm here in Pennsylvania. We all have different cameras that we are using tonight at Talladega to cover all this action. A lot of these drivers are cutting the motors off. When we go back to green flag racing, it should probably be about 31 laps. That would be the farthest, Al, that we have seen any driver tonight go.
It would be the farthest, but here's another question. Do they come back down pit road and top it off as they pass the stripe this time by, and the lights will stay on? So we have at least another lap or so of caution. Will they need to come down pit road, top it off, or if you're up front, do you cut the motor like we're hearing them do, clutching it? There's multiple ways of saving fuel here around the Talladega Super Speedway, but there is that where we're going to come down pit road and top off. Will somebody be able to just ride out the back and be able to stretch the fuel mileage in their car to be able to make it to the end of the race? It's the only time we're going to be to tell. But Chris, I don't think that we're done seeing the yellow flag here tonight, unfortunately, as business is going to pick up. We all know that cautions breed cautions, and don't forget that very large check that is dangling in front of all these drivers' eyes right now. They were just coming with 30 laps to go.
Well, I'm starting to sound like a former, pretty famous crew chief here, and to tell you, I'm certain that this is not going to be the last caution. And that fact alone, along with the fact that we're still here under the caution, at least another lap to go. If we get another caution, guys, these guys should be able to make it the rest of the way if they're doing everything they need to do right now to stretch out that fuel. That's shutting the ignitions off, that's clutching the car, anything it takes to save a sip out of that tiny little fuel cell. Remember, at 200 miles an hour, they are going through a ton of gas here at Talladega.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Crew Chief. Will they have to come down pit road and top back off in order to make it? Because they are burning fuel, but not as a fast rate as if they were under green flag. But with these caution laps, are they going to be able to save enough, or are they going to have to top off to make it for the rest of the distance?
If it were me, and if I'm in, say, about, I don't know, 10th place on back, I'm coming down. I'm going to get that splash of fuel because it could be the difference between making it and not. But don't forget again, we've probably got another 4 or 5 laps of caution that's going to come. It's just a matter of where it happens in the field and on what lap.
And this is, of course, we're assuming that we're not going to use our green-white checker. We do have one of those, so you have to have enough fuel to go into overtime. And that could, add, if the yellow comes out, be 3 or 4 laps of caution there. So you got to make sure you have a little bit of fuel in the tank. But I believe the lights have been extinguished, so we're about to go back green flag racing. And it looks like only Austin Yarbrough has come back down pit road, back there in the 25th position.
So that means 31 laps of green flag action. I said it, it's gonna be green flag action. So let's see how far we could take this fuel cell here tonight. Could it go the rest of the way? We will find out. But it looks like it'll be Alex that's going to lead us back to the green flag with the Winn-Dixie number 17. Then it's going to be the Rowdy Energy Drink 51 of Malik Ray. Colin Keister, Colin Bolden right there sitting, or Bowden sitting right there in that 14th spot. So right now, if I'm doing my math right, Chris, there is 3 17s in the top 4.
How many do you need? I guess the number is 3. And Roger, ever since I've known you, you've been a beer half full kind of guy. I'm going to say there is no way that we go to the checkered flag here without another caution. I just don't see it happening. $1,000, guys, on the line here for tonight's winner. Everybody wants that check.
I'll challenge you to a shotgun that we go the rest of the way green.
Here we go.
Oh boy, race fans, we're just putting ante on top of ante here tonight for the Possum Kingdom Massive Series presented by the ArmorMetals.com. And, well, we keep talking about the bank opening up. There is some hungry hippos out there that are ready to cash in that $1,000 grand prize, and hopefully we'll be able to get to talk to whoever wins this one. But put 31 laps on the scoring sheet, Al, as the iRacing Mustang is coming down pit road.
It'll be the number 17 of Alex Godum, and outside of Malik Ray, Keister and Bowden making up your first 2 rows side by side. Elliott Sadler laying back there a little bit inside the top 10, trying to get that run. He'll fill the spot right to the back bumper of Regan as the green flag drops. And the 17 of Godum will take away as Malik Ray will cut down to the inside.
Yeah, so the front 2 go single file. That'll leave the black 17 out of the 3 17s in the top 4. Now the 17s all file in single file and put Malik Ray there into that sandwich position. But Ray's not going to stay there for very long. Out of turn number 2, here comes the Rowdy Energy Drink 51 machine to the outside for the race lead once again. And he's got his companion of Colin Keister pushing him down the back straightaway.
Ray and Keister, Megan Bowden coming in behind, and Timothy O'Connor. Now that puts the 43 of Alex into the 5th spot. Make it 6 as the top side starting to roll. It's Malik Ray and Colin Keister, Bowden in 3rd.
Somebody's motor is gonna expire towards the back of the field. Not sure who it exactly was, but somebody's motor expires here tonight at Talladega as we come back across the line. 30 laps to go here for Malik Ray. He has tied now Timothy O'Connor for the most laps led. It is 13 apiece for them. Yarbrough had 11, and right now Yarbrough finds himself way down on the timing and scoring back into the 23rd position. But here comes that number 43 back to the outside. He peaks but doesn't get anybody to bite to go along with him, so he puts it right back in line here, and we single file back into turn number 3.
Single file they go. One new player inside the top 5 is an old player from earlier on in the race. Regan Dow back up in the top 5. He was been quiet the midsection of the race, but now that the pay window is starting to get warmed up and to get opened up, he has made his way back to the top 5 as he's got the 17 of Godum right to the back bumper of him. And how about Mason Lastra, another driver we haven't talked much about here tonight, gentlemen, as they work side by side now. The outside line starting to get formed up as now Regan will take a peek to the outside. They can get pushed by the 17 of Godum.
Yeah, the neon Ford Mustang for the first time going to jump to the outside and try and lead the charge down the back straightaway. Keister saw the run that was coming, and he's going to jump it to the outside sideways just about for the 17. They're going to stack them up in 3 here. They're going to go 3 wide for the 6th position. Here comes Timothy O'Connor. Donovan Strauss right there, too. It looks like Adams going backwards in his 43, number 17 now, and they single file out once again. Chris, it could have been another moment here that these guys avoided tonight at Talladega.
I'll tell you what, I thought that was going to be it. The 55 sideways, hard into another car, able to bounce back over, going around. Somebody going around on the inside underneath the yellow line. We may stay under the green. Roger, just an update. It was Wayne Hunter in the 82 with that expired motor.
As the motor expired, but John Gorilinski threw the grass back onto the track in the middle of the corner, and everybody is able to get around him. He went through the grass. It was definitely not a pass in the grass, that is for sure, as everybody got around him. But the William Byron Esports number 97 rejoins, and that car is still clean, but he's a little off the pace, and see if he can now catch back up to at least the last place car there in that group, which is running 22nd. It's the 39 of Justin Johnson. Right now, Gorilinski's got a long way to get back to where he was.
He does, and O'Connor's got a little wrinkle in that natural light hand on that 119 as they work the backside of the Keister. Is Ray Malik down to the inside, Bowden on the inside. We've seen Bowden be a good pusher, but no one's been kind of hangs him out to dry once they get pushed by him. Can Bowden be the sleeper of this one? It's now your top 2 cars rally on the outside with Strauss in that JDR Graphics car number 51.
Keister in the upside. He was taking a peek down to try and maybe get in front of Ray. Didn't have enough of a run. Maybe this time will be it, but here comes Ray back on the inside. Malik Ray looking to try and charge back up towards the front. The 22 on the outside. A good push from Timothy O'Connor.
Yeah, but there you had that 3 wide action. I believe that's the 44. Caution flag is flying as it looks like at the start-finish line. The 77, the lap down machine, Landon Huffman, going to go around here. A couple of them also turned around. I believe that's the 39 of Justin Johnson. So the caution flag will wave here with 26 laps to go. Action all over this racetrack. 5th caution flag here of the night going to come out. We will have to throw it back and see what happened to these drivers, as it looks like the 96 and the 77 may have been the ones to get together out here in the tri-oval. There it already is happening. You see them together up into the outside wall. We'll throw it back a little bit farther here. So 3, 4, 5 cars involved in this one. Couple of them through the tri-oval, just making contact back here. These are the lap down group. A bunch of them sprinkled in here with a lot of damage. You see the 96 drift up into the 77, and then both of them into the 728 here tonight.
So, Mr. Crew Chief.
I knew this was coming. And I got my calculator out, Al, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you're on the cusp of being able to make it, you stay out. You don't come in. You don't need tires that bad here at Talladega. You just need enough gas. And with 25 laps to go, sitting here under a caution again, it may be just enough room in that fuel cell to get you to the end.
It's been 10 laps since we've been on pit road, which we've had about 6 of those laps that were under yellow, I believe. So have they been able to save enough? Did they save enough? And are they going to come down pit road? It looks like they're going to make the left-hand turn to come down pit road, see if anybody snickers anybody. But they're all going to come down to top off their fuel here, possibly for the last time tonight.
So the interesting strategy continues here from Talladega tonight for the Possum Kingdom Massive Series presented by ArmorMetals.com. So, yes, the yellow flag was definitely waving there by the flag stand. He is still waving intensely there as the camera pans, as we're getting a bunch of these guys down pit road here. I believe one of them might have stayed out, just waiting for the timing and scoring to come back around here. I can tell you Malik Ray, though, did come down pit road, and he was the first one out of his pit stall with a 5.6 second pit stop. Colin Keister comes out 6 seconds flat in second place tonight. But while we have the chance here, we got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're watching the Possum Kingdom Massive Series. You know, we hope you're enjoying the program you are watching here. If you're enjoying what these guys are doing here tonight from the Talladega Super Speedway, go ahead, hit the little thumbs up button. Let them know you're appreciating it. Also, go ahead and hit the share button. Let's see how many people these guys can pull here tonight. I think Al said that we were going to pull about 2,000 people, so we're going to see if that actually is going to be the case here tonight. We know 80 of you is tuning in currently. And also, if it's your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, go ahead, hit that little red subscription button, hit the little bell, get the notification anytime all of us go live here, whether it's Chris Legoo that's here in the booth tonight with me, or whether it's myself along with Al Smith. Rick Hammond also joins us occasionally when he's feeling up to it, Chris. You know, those Vermont people kind of, yeah. But then you also got KR down there in Missouri and David Worrell down out of North Carolina. A bunch of us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network bringing you live racing action from the iRacing.com platform. Every night of the week, we have something out here that you would enjoy.
Absolutely, Roger. And man, you want to talk about an absolute whirlwind. After we get done here at Talladega, I got to get on a plane and get over to Richmond.
For what?
I got a short track race coming up tomorrow night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Blazing Pedals hits the track. Richmond Raceway getting ready to burn up with the Blazing Pedals.
And tomorrow night, the Northeast Racers out of New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, they all hit the track and go to the Five Flag Speedway where you can catch Al Smith and myself out there. Little short track racing action tomorrow night. But first, we got to finish up here at Talladega. Al, we got to find out who's going to get one of those big fancy checks.
Yeah, trying to. I was playing the lottery here, and I pulled a slot machine, and it says it doesn't know. So I guess that's super speedway racing, possibly. Like, we don't know until the line, and then maybe not even then.
But did you whip out the old magic 8-ball?
It told me to come back again later.
Must have been made by Ford.
Oh.
What, did I miss something?
I believe,
unlike last night, we've got 2 people in this booth tonight that like Ford.
Yeah, so watch it, Mr. Muth.
I just want you guys to know my Silverado made it 2.7 miles to work and home today.
And how far of that 2.7 miles did you have to push it?
None.
I don't believe that for a moment. Fake news.
There was no pushing the Chevy to the levee like Malik Ray is right now with his Rowdy energy drink machine. He is going to be our leader when we go back racing. It should be 20 laps to go, I believe, when we get that green flag. While we have the moment, we got to quickly play our sponsorship obligations here, and we'll be right back to Talladega.
I'm live. Welcome back to the Talladega Super Speedway. As we're having fun up here in the booth, our production truck a little bit behind on things here, but it'll be Malik Ray showing the way with Colin Keister and Richard Reagan. So you got 2 Fords, Chris. We'll jump on the Ford Brigade. We got 2 Fords starting in opposite road. Do you think that they work together to get around this Toyota?
You know, the time for working together, Al, I think you can drop the window net and throw it right out, because $1,000 on the line. We're sitting here working a lap 99 under caution, 22 laps to go, 21 when we take the green flag. which is going to happen here very soon as the pace car lights are off. We're going to start seeing these cars folding in 2 by 2, getting ready to go back under the green flag.
So,
And that'll put 27 cars back on lead lap, Roger. Which one are you choosing as the race winner?
yes.
Any of them.
Yes.
Oh, man, there is no way to tell that yet. It's not the checkered flag.
Yes. I don't know what more you want me to tell you, because super speedway racing, go ahead. Just flip out a coin. Pick a quarter, pick a dime, pick a penny. Pick a nickel. We know that's your favorite, Al. I mean, just flip it in the air, and that's who's going to win. You don't know. You just can't call things when you come to Talladega and pick one driver. We can tell you some of the strongest drivers tonight have been O'Connor and Yarbrough and Ray, but I did just get word that Yarbrough is out of this event, Chris, so it looks like the driver of the 41 of Austin Yarbrough will finish tonight in the 33rd position.
Yeah, that's really too bad. He led 11 laps, which was third most here tonight, but Malik Ray again showing some dominance here. Can he cap it off, Roger? He's had such a good weekend, just not getting the finishes he's been looking for. Right now, Ray with 18 laps led.
Yeah, he's had some smart moves there when he backed up that Rowdy Energy Drink 51 when the lap down cars were circling at the front of the field. Remember, he backed it down and elected to save himself when that yellow did come out there, so he was, kind of smart, right place, right time for himself. Now, right place, right time here on the restart, because he will bring us back down here. 21 laps going to be left here tonight at the Talladega Super Speedway as the iRacing pace car makes the left-hand turn. The field now going to make that long crawl through this long tri-oval tonight here for your ArmorMetals.com. Massive series, massive 120 laps, massive payday gonna be here in just 21 laps. Green flag is pending. Green flag is back in the air. Here we go. Who will lead us around this lap? Well, if you count that right now, Colin Keister just led that lap.
Yeah, across the start-finish line, the 22 had a little bit of an edge. A great restart for Keister, but Ray on the inside, having a little bit of help. Richard Regan, who was your pole winner here tonight, has got the back bumper of Ray.
And he's pushing that Rowdy Energy Drink down the backstretch, full-fledged down in the corner. It is time to put the money on the dashboard as they get ready to go into turn 3 and 4. It is Ray showing the way. The outside line starting to stack them up. There's another player out there, that boat at number 17 behind the 17 or the 22 of Keister, whichever you like to say. But that inside line, this is about as best we've seen on a restart. The lines stay formed.
I had a Ford joke with the money on the dash and the Ford leading the outside lane, but I'll keep it in the back pocket for now because Malik Ray is still there on that inside. It's the Toyota driver driving his Camry over the hungry Fords that are behind him. He's got about 6 Fords inside this top 10 that could come up and play with him. The closest Toyota that is back there, it looks like that's just outside the top 10. That is Strauss, and then only 1, 2 Chevrolets so far inside the top 10, so I guess you could say the Ford dominance here at Talladega with 20 laps to go, but it'll be 19 to go. It could all change by the time we come back around.
Well, it felt really good hearing those words come out of your mouth, Roger. And I just want to point out, guys, we've only had 6 cautions here for 18 laps, 37 different lead changes, and the way these guys are driving right now, make it 38 as we have another one.
Yeah, Colin Keister goes back to the race lead here. Will he be able to hold on to it, though, as they storm off for turn number 2? They are 2 by 2 for as far as your eye can see here. Clint Mills is running in the 18th spot. I can see him right there. And I believe that is the driver of the 7 of Derek Wood, also just hanging on to the back of this group just about right there. He is about 7 car lengths off this front pack. So he is still there as there's a third lane brewing. Blake Sorrenzos is starting to try and pull the G Fuel number 18 or 7 to the outside.
Yeah, they'll work side by side. 3 deep back there, right in with Ty Bass, and at 16 on the inside. As they cross the stripe that time by, it'll be Keister still showing the way. But that third outside line has 3 cars in it now, and they're starting to move forward.
The inside lane with the advantage, Malik.
Elliott Sadler goes sideways on the back straightaway. The caution's going to wave. Elliott looked like he was trying to take the Sadler machine up to the 3rd lane because they had a huge run building out of turn number 2. and the 17 going to get turned around on the super stretch, on the backstretch here tonight at Talladega with just under 20 laps to go. So that is no go for Elliott Sadler. He will now have a crinkled up Western Auto number 17. We will have to throw it back here and see what happened to Elliott Sadler. Looking at the 17 to the outside. He is the fourth car in row. He goes up right there. Sorrenzos was already there, and around the 17 goes. And you know what? For happening where that wreck did, only counting 6 cars that are actually going to walk, 7 cars that walk away with damage in this one. So a lot of drivers getting pretty lucky. We'll rewind it one more time here, and we're actually going to go on board with Elliott Sadler.
And how cool is it to be able to say that, Roger?
Well, I mean, it's almost as cool as saying that, nah, I'll keep it to myself. Nope, not gonna say it. Not gonna say it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Al, the crew chief down there says that you don't need fuel at this point.
No, but I'm wondering if I should come in and use my fast repair if I was just one of those guys involved in that wreck, or do I save it? Because let's face it, this isn't going to be the last one.
Now you're starting to come around to what I'm talking about. I am a beer half empty kind of guy when it comes to Talladega. I believe firmly that unless there's no laps left and you've already crossed the start finish line, there is a chance for the big one.
A chance, huh?
Okay, it's probably pretty good. I mean, if I'm going to put a percentage to it, it's going to be in the 90s.
90%. But what about Blake coming down pit road? Is that a chance?
Man, I don't know.
Hell, he's got the G Fuel Grape machine down pit road. We'll see if he has a quick repair left. He does not, as the right side tires are going on the G Fuel number 7. So it'll be 4 tires for Blake, and then check out the damage. Let's see if we can clear some of that damage off the car. But it's still Malik, Ray, Colin Keister, Richard Reagan, Colin Bolden right now. Your top 4, Justin Knobloch, Bob Bryant. Alex still has his 17 sitting here in the 7th position. Donovan Strauss is 8th, Timothy O'Connor, and Colin rounds out there in that number 9 machine. Your top 10 drivers. With 16 laps to go here tonight, Al, I know you're excited. You're playing with the check over there. There was no name on it yet, though.
No, they won't give me a marker either, so I'm a little upset about that. But I will report that the 17 of Elliott Sadler, the 99 car coming off pit road right now, jumped into his backup car, so he is now out of an ace in the pocket now, so he's got to play it safe bit here with 15 laps to go.
Be interesting to see if Elliott Sadler can work his way back up through the field. He'll restart. It's looking like just inside the top 20. I think it's saying about the 18th position currently as he'll swerve around that cone there sitting on the racetrack. The officials will get that set back up for these guys. But, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got to thank you for tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. With the pandemic going on all around the world, we hope not only your friends, your family, but your neighbors are all safe out there. So from all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you're safe and pretty healthy during this tough time that's all around the world, not just here in the United States. Everybody is kind of arm in arm, keeping that social distance, if you will, though, having to deal with everything. It's a little crazy right now, but we do welcome you in on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch some of the virtual iRacing here on the iRacing.com platform from the virtual Talladega Super Speedway for your Possum Kingdom Massive Series tonight, presented by ArmorMetals.com.
Interesting. I'm actually inside of the cockpit of Elliott Sadler, and he is clutching that car, saving fuel with 16 laps to go. Really no need for that. I'm trying to figure it out. It is a new car. Maybe he's trying to break in the motor. I'm not sure.
Well, that or save fuel for overtime. If I was I'll bet you guys a shotgun beer that we have to use the overtime tonight.
Al, you don't drink.
Well, I'll make an exception.
Well, that would mean that you have to order in a beer.
I think I have some from a couple years ago still in the fridge. They should still be good, right?
Yes, they get better with age. It's like a fine wine.
Yes. I want you to go grab one of those and get ready to drink it, because we are not going to use overtime tonight.
Actually, Al, go grab 2. I want you to go get in the golf cart, go down onto the backstretch here, and I want you to wait. When these guys come past you at about 203 miles an hour, I want you to slam the beers together and drink them both real quick.
I don't know if I'll be able to handle that. If I get down on the Talladega Boulevard, I might not make it back up to the booth.
That's a good point, Chris.
It is.
Plus, he
and
has to
it's
pass the
bad.
hot dog stand, the pizza stand.
Yeah, there's no way he's making it back in time.
But we could send him for food.
Yeah. I'll take a slice of pie, maybe a hot dog, and definitely a fried dough. Add on some Vermont maple syrup to that thing.
And if you pass the Rowdy Energy stand down there, bring us a couple of those free samples. I just got my email today that they got the 4-packs back in stock. I didn't get that strawberry limeade one. They were sold out when I made my order.
Well, I feel very sad for you right now.
Do you?
No, not really, but it sounds good at the moment.
Yeah, you're a nice guy.
The love up here in the booth, man, it's just incredible.
I tell you right now, it's the battle of the drinks at the front of this window. We got the Rowdy Energy car, the Toyota, leading it. Then we got the Sunny D car on the outside, and the sun has disappeared right now as we're on cloud cover.
We are under cloud cover, and the track, the coolest we've seen all night, 99 degrees. Air temperature is holding steady, though, at 86. Guys, we've had 7 different cautions. This is lap 20 under caution. Get ready for this number. It's a staggering 39 lead changes.
Well, that's a solid number here, especially at Talladega, and we're not done racing, so that number is going to climb. I think towards the end of this one, we could possibly still see that into the 50s yet here for lead changes, because this is going to get 1 to go, so they're going to double them back up. Malik Ray, Colin Keister, Richard Reagan, and then Colin Baldwin right now will be your top 4 drivers when we cycle this back through, as the lights on the iRacing pace car will go out. The flagman holding 1 to go. He's not waving it like a crazy man on top of a stand yet, or right now anymore.
And great news for this race as well. You've got 28 drivers out of 42 who started tonight, 28 still on the lead lap.
Also, I'm looking at it with 14 to go here. 11 laps on the tank of fuel for Malik Ray. He's going to have to go the longest he has, and that's pending we do not get a caution flag coming to the white flag, because then that would extend it another 5 to 6 laps, and then it's going to be really close for the driver of that Rowdy Energy Drink Toyota. So there's a lot of things that are still in play for these guys here tonight. Elliott Sadler, you talked about him. He's back there running in the 17th position. Hermes back there. Sadler, he's running in the 21st position. All those drivers have come down pit road, and they are good to go on fuel, even if we have that overtime. So things could get very interesting yet here tonight. Al, Sunny D, your Rowdy Energy Drink?
Well, I'll let you know at the finish line on the last lap.
I'm going to guess, Chris, he's not a gambling man.
No, I don't hear it. I'm going to say somebody in row number 4 has a chance at winning.
I'm going to say it's a car on the racetrack. Can I bet that?
How about the iRacing pace car? You think it could win? Nah, it's a Ford. Never mind.
No.
Dumb question.
Oh, listen.
It
don't
has
want
led the
that
most number of laps tonight, though.
No.
It has
it
at
has.
39.
Oh, that is true. All right, I get what you're saying now. We don't want the car to win. We want the race to go back green, which it's about to do.
Yeah, as the iRacing pace car does make that left-hand turn, it is on the apron. It will shoot itself down pit road. On the lead lap is 27 drivers here. When we take the green flag, there's still 31 cars on the racetrack. A handful of them have gone home already here tonight. They are watching from their motorhomes here at Talladega, but it's all about the front row here. It's going to be Malik Ray, Colin Keister as the green flag drops. Put 13 laps. Let's have a shootout tonight to see who wins the ArmorMetals.com $1,000. And there is somebody onto the outside already, towards the back, outside. Third lane comes, I believe, that is the 44 of Garrett Pick, who right now is 3 laps down.
And Pick just doesn't seem to want to go away. Roger, at one point, he was 6 laps down. He's made 3 back. And that guy, I'm telling you, if he was on the lead lap, I'd be picking him to win. He has been all over this track tonight. but up front, it is a challenge for the race lead. Malik Ray and Colin Keister side by side. Now Ray has a bit of an advantage.
Ray's got that 46 all up underneath him, so it's the Toyota leading the Ford, leading, I believe that's another Ford down there to the inside, so two of those guys together. But the 17s are wild on the outside. It'll be 12 laps to go here. Here comes Colin Keister back on that outside row.
Keister being pushed by Bowden with that number 17 there. Behind him is the number 42 of Bryant, and we've seen him up front here earlier on. He's got Strauss on the backside. The 0-1 of Mills now starting to make his way just outside the top 10 as your top 12 cars are underneath the blanket down in the turn 3.
Yeah, the sun coming back out, the pace picking back up. That time down into turn number 3, 205 miles an hour for Malik Ray, who leads the charge on the inside. It'll be 11 laps to go here tonight at Talladega when they come back around here. All is good, all is clean, all is green here as they hit the stripe.
Yeah, just past the tri-oval, and it's a dead heat. Colin Keister actually scored with that lap as Ray now battling back on the inside. It's 2x2 for a long way back.
Yeah, still looking at it. Here comes the 01. Clint Mills going to look to go to the high side with his Hardee's Toyota 01 machine. Somebody else going to peek out of line. That was the number 9 of Colton. He jumps back in. That's going to leave Clint Mills all by himself on the island to the outside. He'll go from being inside the top 10. He'll have to find his way. I think it's going to fall him all the way to about the 16th position.
Yeah, they're 3 wide off of turn number 4, but now it'll be the 28 of Sowers, the Davey Ellison lookalike number 28 Haviland Chevy Camaro. He's getting pushed by the 97 of Gorlinski, who has made his way back up into this group. So these guys, 16, 17 cars are in the blanket, side by side, wheel to wheel off turn number 2.
Yeah, 10 to go as they come back down the back straightaway. It's still Malik Ray. It's still Colin Keister leading your field here. Who will have what is left in the motor as here comes the 9. Now Colton going to take to the high side. Jonathan Wall faked him out. He showed like he was going to go to the outside with him, and then he left the 9 on the island, and he's going to pick up that 10th position now. How many times could you do that before somebody catches on?
Not too many more times, Roger, as we are going to be at 9 laps to go right after they get past the tri-oval here at Talladega. And again on the outside, it's Colin Keister able to lead coming across the stripes. Is that the strategy of the 22 as they keep staying side by side, now going 3 wide a little further back? Yeah,
Colton now has some help to the back, and now he's going to get another one. The 55 of Strauss going to move up there. Here comes the 42 now of Bryant. They will be 3 wide down the back straightaway for that second position as they enter turn 3. The race traffic is picking up 3 by 3 for 4 rows deep.
Off of turn number 4 they go. It'll be Ray showing the way, but here comes Bryant with that iRacing number 42. He's getting pushed by Strauss and Selleck, and that number 9 car would pick on the backside of that. They're still 3 wide for second place, as this time will be led by Ray.
So now it's only 8 laps to go, and that outside third lane, call it the high lane here tonight, is coming. And it's only got 4 cars, but it's got 4 strong ones. Bryant to the outside, Strauss. Then it's the 9 of Colton, the lap down car, the 44 there, a Garrett Pick. Now here comes Clint Mills to the outside, so it'll be 5 cars now to the outside as they enter 3. Just the nose of the 42 is out front.
Just behind this huge pack of cars, you've got a couple of cars hanging out just behind them. Elliott Sadler behind them. He's lost the draft, so Elliott Sadler pushing back to the next pack. But up front, it is still Keister and Ray, that third line, trying to make something happen. Here comes the 42 of Bullet Bob Bryant.
Yeah, somebody was sideways in the tri-oval there. They were almost 4 wide. They are coming up onto a lap down car right now. I think that's Justin Johnson. That's just out in front. The third lane going to lose a little momentum, but they are possible pending 4 wide here with the lap down car of Johnson. Johnson actually just going to pull right down to the apron. That's the gentleman's way of doing things here tonight. He doesn't want to interfere with her. Coming to get 6 laps to go this time by that outside lane, starting to lose a little bit of ground.
Yeah, Bryant starting to lose ground, and now he's on the outside of the top 10 now as they come out the corner. That time, trouble. Berlinski getting into the number 23 as he's going to come back up, and he's going to tag the 0-1 on Mills, and they'll stay keeping it clean and green. But that number 23 of Sowers is going to lose the draft now as they head down to turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like Mills is also pending losing the draft in his Hardy 01 machine. He was in the hunt as he was in that lead pack, now falls all the way back to the 18th position. He'll be behind Boatwright this time as they come out of turn number 2. It'll be 5.5 more laps to go, and the lead keeps exchanging hands here. Keister now shown as the race leader as he's being pushed by the Colin number 17 machine. It is the Keister, I believe, Racing School entry here tonight. That Camaro has been on the back bumper of Keister all night long, and they're going to get 5 to go this time by.
And again, Keister battling on the outside through the try over the 22, looking to try and lead another one from the top side across the start-finish line by a nose. Keister led another lap. Guys, we're up to 44 different lead changes here. The pace is quickening, 5 laps to go. And it's, I don't know, these guys, there might be another one coming.
Another lap down car going to hit to the apron there. That's the 34, I believe, of Jeremy Rice. He's going to move his Chevrolet down there. He lets the leader storm on by him on the outside. They will go back down into 3. Here comes that outside duo once again. It's the 42 of Bryant and the 55 there, Strauss. They are all by themselves, though, up on that outside lane. They don't have any help because at the stripe this time, once again, it'll be 4 laps to go. Now Malik Ray takes back the lead. We are moving ever closer to that 50 lap lead changes tonight.
Still side by side up front, Keister and Ray showing away Reagan and Bowen. Then your number 3 and 4 spot. And here comes Bryant once again. He's working around the outside of the 94 Knobloch as he'll work down the backstretch. He's got some help now as they got 4 cars lined up on the outside. Bryant with a head of steam down the turn 3.
Everybody jockeying for position to see where they could wind up tonight. You got 4 to the outside, 5 in the middle, and a slew of them, 8. 7 down there on that inside lane, a couple of them just trailing. I don't think Clint Mills has lost the draft yet. I think he's still sitting there with the tail of that draft, so maybe he could get sucked back up here, because at the line, it'll be Malik Ray with 3 laps to go here at Talladega.
Yeah, Ray able to hold on one more time, going across the start-finish line with 3 laps to go. Malik Ray, your race leader. It is going to come down to the stripe. I have a feeling it's going to be a 1,000th lead here when we get to the start finish line for the final time, but still have to decide who is going to be the race winner. Right now, it's between Malik Ray and the 22. Oh, the 22 looks like he's going to try and come down. Ray goes underneath the yellow line, able to hold on.
What a great driving there by Malik Ray, able to hang on to the Rowdy Energy Drink car at the front of the field. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by. The popsicle sticks are going to be in the air here at Talladega. 5 more miles of racing coming your way to the side. $1,000. Where's it gonna go? Bob Bryant says, I got the outside giddy up horses in my Chevrolet. Somebody gonna go around the 44 of Garrett Pick, gonna go around with 2 laps to go, and we are going to overtime. That is not what you want to see, a lap down car in front of the field going around Garrett Pick. Now
you got to think now, you had brought it up before, Malik Ray had not come down pit road, and here we are heading into overtime.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see if we can actually throw her back here. I'm not sure what we're gonna find, but let's see what happens to Garrett Pick. You're watching the 44 Ford Performance Machine, 4th car to the outside lane. It's going to happen going down into turn number 1. You see in the middle there, it's the 57 of Jonathan Wall. What goes wrong for the 44? Oh, the 21 is going to drift up the track of Austin Johnson. Makes contact, and it's on the 33 of Cole Johnson. Going to get involved in that also. And heavy smoke bellowing out of the back end of that 21 machine. I'm kind of speechless here, gentlemen. You talked about the fuel strategy. Do these drivers have enough? Because Colin Keister is your leader, and we're going to extra laps here. It looks like we're going to go about 125, I think it might be, at the end of this race.
On board with Colin Keister, pulling 5,200 RPM, maybe 53, as right now trying to catch the pace car, and he is doing that right now. We're going to find out what his strategy is. Does he have enough fuel as he pushes the clutch in, and he has caught the back end of the pace car, clutch in, and RPMs just under 2,000.
He's the first of our leaders to catch the pace car. Everybody else kind of just taking their time to catch the pace car right now, which is a strategy play for fuel, as looks like Keister will stay out. Looks like everybody is going to stay out right now. This is going to be the longest we've seen them go on a tank of fuel. They have had a few caution laps with their tank, with their fuel mileage right now, but it's got to be nervous time. These guys that are behind them, like I'm looking at Jonathan Wall in that car 57. I'm looking at John Gorlinski as Derek Woodnow and the 24 of Mason Lastra will come down pit road. Those guys are all about 8 laps fresher on the fuel tank than these leaders are. How nervous are you for those guys, that these guys in front might be spitting and sputtering when we go back green?
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be close. We're riding on board with the 17 of Colin, and he has definitely shut that car off. That car is completely off here as he coasts around the bottom of the track. Malik Ray on board with him. He is down there riding right under the 2,000 RPM marker, and he is taking the shortest distance as he's on the apron. Colin Keister also just hovering around the 2,500 RPM range. So these guys are definitely gonna be really close on fuel. I don't know where I would want to restart this race at. Out front and possibly sputter and stumble and get run over, or be in the back and just absolutely have nowhere to go.
I think you're going to be the 17 of Keister. He's going to be your race leader, and he's going to be on that yellow line. And we all know that the yellow line is out of bounds, which doesn't mean that someone won't go there and possibly get into you by mistake and mess up your race. But that is the safe spot to be. I would want to be the race leader starting on the inside line and try to work the draft as much as possible to take and try to stall out the lines behind you, as we have seen that multiple times here at Talladega Superspeedway. You can do such a thing, but it is risky business.
Al, I'm going to go ahead and say there is nothing out there right now that is not going to be risky. You got Colin Keister. He's going to be the race leader, and he is going to depend on Colin Bodwin to try and push him towards the front. Meanwhile, to his outside, Malik Ray going to have Bob Bryant trying to push him towards the front. And keep in mind, guys, there are no dollar signs for the guy that comes in second or third. It's only the first place driver. How can you depend on somebody behind you if you know they're trying to pass you?
Well, my question is what would you do if your mom was leading this race, and if you made it to the start-finish line, you'd be $1,000 richer?
Well, I hope my dad is still watching, because I'm going to tell you right now, bye-bye, Mom.
Al, what do you say? Do you play nice and push somebody and hope that in exchange maybe they're going to give you a little portion of their winnings here tonight, or do you give them the old chrome horn?
If they give me the opportunity, I'm going to take it for $1,000. If there's no opportunity, I would love to sit here and say, yeah, I'd wreck them. I don't know if I would. Tough. It's tough to say right now. You have to put yourself in that situation. I say try to loosen them up, but I don't think you really want to try to wreck somebody for $1,000. Maybe you would.
Chris, can you double check for us on the green-white checkers? Is it one, or do we have multiples in action play here tonight?
Yeah, let me double check that for you, Roger.
While Chris, you check that out, we're still looking back here off Colin Keister's machine. He is definitely clutching a lot of that car coasting around here at Talladega. If you guys are just tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we do welcome you. You tuned in at a perfect time here as we are in overtime here for the Possum Kingdom Massive Series tonight, brought to us by ArmorMetals.com. It is $1,000 on the line here at Talladega Super Speedway, the 2.65-mile track that has brought us so much racing action. We are working, if my math is right, this is our 8th caution here of the night. We almost had 50 lead changes so far, and we are not done here from Talladega. I believe we're going to get the 1 lap to go here before we go back to the green flag racing. So we welcome you in here. Hope you got your popcorn. I hope you got your soda, because the check window is open. Al, I see the marker. It's over there. They're bringing it to you. It's just not here yet.
No, they're teasing me with it, and I am very, very looking forward to putting somebody's name on that check. I wish it was my name, Roger, but unfortunately, I'm not racing.
Well, it's probably a good thing that you're up here and not down there. I saw what you did the other night. 4 tires dropped the jack, and here comes, big old Al. But the lights on the iRacing pace car are going to go out. Let's see if we can finish this one under green. And, well, who do you got, race fans? Do you got Keister? Do you got Ray? Do you have Bowden, Bryant, Regan? Do you have Strauss? How about Knobloch? He's sitting there in 7th. Wall is in 10th. O'Connor is 11th. Gorilinski is 12th. Boatwright is sitting in 13th. Cole Johnson is 14th. Clint Mills is still sitting there. This caution really helped him catch back up to the field. He is 15th. How about the guy that's sitting last on the lead lap? This machine right here. It's the 34 of Jeremy Rice. He could win this. Hermes Sadler, Elliott Sadler, 22nd and 23rd. Who says the Sadler brothers can come back through the field here and maybe win it?
Roger, I'm not able to see the information that you were asking for some reason, but I'm going to tell you, I think it is only the 1 green, white, checkered attempt. And if that's the case, the next caution flag will be the end of the race. And I'm still going to say, right now, I think I said last time row number 4 was going to win. I'm going to move it up 1 row. Somebody from row number 3 is going to win.
Well, that means that's going to put a lot of stress here on the driver of the 46 of Dick Jr., and also there, that is Donovan Strauss. So we'll see if your picks, either the 50, 55 or the 46, will park her in victory lane here tonight.
No matter who does it, $1,000 to the race winner going out tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out. You're watching the Possum Kingdom Massive Series presented by ArmorMetals.com. Make sure to check them out at ArmorMetals.com.
iRacing pace car gonna move to the left. That means we're going back. 2 laps will be in effect here to see who will win this one tonight. Let's throw the timing and scoring up. Find where your race fan or where your race driver is as the iRacing pace car is officially off. We are pending the green flag. Colin Keister, Malik Ray, Colin Balden, and Bob Bryant, your top 4 as they come through the tri-oval. The green flag is waving as they all come up through the gears. Clint Mills back there going to spin the tires. Somebody else going to spin the tires, but we officially get those popsicle sticks back in the air. 2 more laps for $1,000.
Side by side down to turn number 1. It'll be Keister now with a push from Bowden. Down the inside, he'll have the race lead off turn number 2. But here comes the energy on the outside. The number 52, Rowdy Energy Drink. Car 51, he's got the push by Bryant. It's just 3 cars on the bottom with a separation back there. It's now the top 6 cars break away.
We got him spinning back a little bit further, but off from racetrack, still under the green. Now the yellow comes out.
That means it's going to be Malik Ray leading at the time of caution, I believe right now. At least that's what it's telling us. We will wait for that to come back around, as it looks like the 24 of Mason was involved in this one, but we will see where the timing and scoring is going to score everybody as they come back across the line. It is not. It's going to show Colin Keister on the final lap here under yellow. He will get it done with his co-counterpart, the 17, the Keister Driving School entry, the 17 of Colin Baldwin, they will finish 1-2. So a Ford and a Chevy work together here to finish out 1 and 2. Malik Ray is going to be scored in third here tonight. He comes up just a little bit short in that Rowdy Energy Toyota. He led the most laps, but once again, he's going to come up just a little short. Dick Jr. is going to come home there in the 4th position. Bob Bryant is 5th. Donovan Strauss is 6th. Colton Selleck is in the 7th position. Alex got him there in the 8th spot. Jonathan Wall, Timothy O'Connor round out the top 10. Boys, we're going to finish this one under caution, unfortunately. But still, what a wild race this was tonight, Chris.
It was everything I thought it was going to be here tonight, Roger. Just incredible action from the very start of this race right up to the green-white checkered finish. And it looks like Colin Keister going to be $1,000 richer after this event goes to the final checkered flag, which should be this time by.
So they will roll down through the tri-oval and up to the start-finish line will be Colin Keister picking up the win in the Armor Metals 120 here tonight at the Talladega Super Speedway. He will be $1,000 richer as I uncap this marker.
Well, Al's waited all night to get it done here. Colin Keister gonna win here at Talladega. The junior gonna come up there, give him a little bit of a bump. Congratulations. We will see if we will be able to establish any kind of communication line to the driver of that 17 here tonight. I don't see him just yet out in chat, but we will wait and see if we can get him up here. But, Chris, how many lead changes did we have here tonight at Talladega?
Well, by my count, we've had 48 different lead changes, 9 cautions for 32 laps, and that's about right here for Talladega.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here from Talladega. We're going to be right back in 60 seconds, see if we can grab anybody here from this race that finished up there, if it was either of the Collins or not. We'll be right back here from Talladega. Welcome back here to Talladega, race fans. The Possum Kingdom Massive Series tonight was brought to us by ArmorMetals.com. It was 125 laps to decide this one at Talladega Super Speedway. We unfortunately do not have Colin Keister available, or Colin Baldwin, who finished 1 and 2 here tonight, or Malik Ray, but I do have with us, race fans, another one of the drivers. For the first time, we're going to get to talk to him live on air here. It's none other than, well, I know your crew chief here joining us wants me to call you something else, but we're just calling you Junior here on the air for all of our race fans tuning in. Junior, how did it feel to be out there knowing you had a chance but were unable to park this one in victory lane?
It felt good. I mean, we showed good speed. We put it on the pole. We were up front, ended up falling back a little bit, trying to stay out of trouble. We never had to use our fast repair, so we had a strong car. Sucks that caution came out there at the end, because I think we could have got a top 2 100%. But that's just how it goes sometimes. I'll take, what did we get, P4?
Yeah, you're going to come home P4 on the timing and scoring. Unfortunately, P4 doesn't pay out at all. Do you think at some point that maybe Keister owes you a little bit of this one?
I'm pretty sure the top 10 pays out. But
oh, well, thanks for telling us that information.
I don't think Keister owes me anything. I mean, I had Austin in there to help me out, but he ended up having problems. I ended up having to leave. So I didn't really have a teammate. So it was whoever was in front of me or whoever was pushing me who I was working with. So when that caution came up to bring out the green white checkered, I was gonna try to push Malik to the win and try to get P2 or something. But the caution came out. I wish we restarted either third or fourth. I think that would have put us in a better spot. But we ended up restarting fifth, put us back 2 rows, put us in a bad spot. So if we were gonna stay green, I would have had to be aggressive and make a move, and who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, who knows? But while we also have your crew chief here, let's see if we can bring in Jonathan. Jonathan, tonight you had the job of being up on top of that pit box. Was there any wheeling and dealing from your side of things out there?
It wasn't too bad. Just watching fuel at the end. We only had 12 gallons of fuel. Richard's probably one of the best super speedway plate racers that I know. So as far as, trying to navigate him, he knows what to do. I don't have to tell him anything about that. P4 kind of sucks, but we'll take it.
Yeah, it's not all that bad. Well, hey, guys, congratulations and that whole crew. While we have you, though, Junior, is there anybody you got to thank that helps you out other than the man, Jonathan Platt?
Oh yeah, I gotta thank Jonathan Platt, of course, for spotting me. He's an awesome spotter. You guys for broadcasting, Turn 3 broadcasting. Gotta give a shout out to Jesse Abraham, who owns Neonism Paints. If you want to paint, hit him up on Facebook at Neonism. He's the one that paints most of my cars and does an awesome job. Gotta thank my mom, my stepmom, my dad, and my aunt for watching. Gotta thank everyone else that tuned in. Gotta thank Neonism, Multiple Sclerosis Society, Susan G. Coleman, Craftsman, Shell, and yeah, everyone that tunes in, and we'll be there next week.
Well, there you heard it from your 4th place finisher here tonight. He not going to be able to win it, but was able to park her at least in a very satisfying position for that whole team over there. Once again, though, Colin Keister going to win the big money payout here tonight. Colin Baldwin comes home in 2nd. Malik Ray is 3rd. Al, before we leave, any parting words here from the Talladega Superspeedway?
I thought tonight's race was very entertaining here tonight. I think everybody wish we could have got to there, but unfortunately, the yellow did come out at the end there. But overall, what a great race, what a great event, and just a hats off. We got to thank ArmorMetals.com and all the sponsors here for the Possum King series for doing what they do for the drivers and making it all possible, Roger. Really, really exciting, and glad to be a part of it here tonight.
Well, Chris, now it's the time. Any final words from the Talladega Superspeedway with Colin Keister finally able to park the Sunny D machine in Victory Lane?
I'm going to go a little further than that tonight, Roger. I'm going to say it was a fantastic weekend of racing, both last night and tonight. Some great action on track, either Las Vegas or here at Talladega. It's been a great time spending time with you up here in the booth. Al, thanks a lot for coming on by tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you especially for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure to check us out just about every single night. We've got something going on.
Well, that's just about gonna do it here from the Turn 3 Racing Network here at the Talladega Superspeedway. But race fans, before we leave you, we gotta thank once again the Possum Kingdom Superspeedway down there in Belton, South Carolina, the 1/4 mile dirt track. Once we get this whole pandemic out of the way, head on down there and see some of that amazing go-kart racing action. It's gonna look a lot like what you saw here tonight with all that superspeedway bump drafting side-by-side racing. We also got to thank the chemical guys. They got the things that can make your car shine, that's for sure. We also got to thank over on Facebook, the Radical Gossip Media, always writing up some great articles about drag racing. Check them out on Facebook. And of course, tonight's premier sponsor, the people out of Augusta, Georgia. It's the ArmorMetals.com, providing the highest quality of metal roof products all around the world, not just in Augusta. They can ship it to you if you're in Wuhan, China. But for everybody here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, I'm Roger Muth, that's Chris Legou, that's Al Smith, and we will catch you next time right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.